Hello. What's up this afternoon, evening, night, whatever, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, King of Diamonds, Leo's do, Eater Swamp, Dax, Boblet, Nikilla, Quantum, Stale Cardboard. How is everyone doing tonight? Oh man, it is a good one. Tonight, not only do we have Modern Horizons 2 to talk about, and this set's absurd. It's absurd. I think this might be my favorite set ever, and we're not even all the way, we're like halfway through, spoilers or something, and this is absolutely ridiculous. So we got Modern Horizons 2 to talk about. We also have new historic cards to play with, Elesh Norn specifically, but some other stuff as well. So we're going to play new historic, we're going to talk Modern Horizons, and whatever else y'all want to do tonight. So we're going to have some fun. Hey, what's up, Myth, Malt the Guitarist, Oga, Another Gaze, Darks, Ravencry, Warrior, Ursampo, Shoes, Fictional Boblet. Oh, so what are y'all thinking about this set? This set is ridiculous. Did you see this card? Did you see Esper Sentinel? This is like the craziest commander card that they printed for white in a long time. Like, this is what people have been wanting in white. Just 1 mana, whenever your opponent casts their first non-creature spell of the turn, draw a card unless that player plays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. So this is like a white Mystic Remora. That's going to be the newest white staple. It is going to go into every white deck, I think. White is so desperate for card draw, and this is the closest they've got to like real card draw. We got crabs and a crab payoff eventually. There's just so much ridiculous stuff going. The old border stuff is all sweet. Ragavan gets a card and it's actually good. A mythic 1-drop monkey pirate. Like, it's the whole set's insane. It's insane. Purple Saurus Rex. Dermotaxi is like so funny. I love this card. I don't know if it's good, but it's kind of sweet. It's a vehicle that copies creatures. It's just ridiculous. Everything about this. We got Green Urborg, like 3 mana Raz, crazy commanders, Green Gaia's Will, Yagma's Will, new Noble Hierarchs. Like, the set is just off the charts. Punchy Bear, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. I saw that too. I don't know if it's up on the site yet. I saw that ooh, oh my goodness. Yes, Enchantress's Presence. They really are going to try to make this a thing. Enchantress's Presence is a card that I've wanted for Modern Enchantress for a long time. Solitary Confinement. Ooh. This is going to be interesting. Solitary Confinement, if you've never seen this card, this is an old legacy combo piece. Chef Stitch, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. The idea is Solitary Confinement. This card's crazy. 3 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you discard a card. Skip your draw step. You have Shroud. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. So this is a pretty hard lock. You can play this, and as long as you have ways to keep drawing extra cards, you essentially keep yourself from losing for a very long time. Most commonly played in Enchantress style decks, because Enchantress lets you keep drawing cards, so this just buys you a ton of time. Like, sure, your opponent can kill it, but otherwise, Sterling Grove, really powerful. Enchantment Tutor and protection for your enchantments, really strong card for Enchantress style decks. Man, there's so many decks I gotta build from this set. Like, seriously, it's hard. During spoiler season, my focus is on just, like, doing daily spoilers, so I don't have too much time to, like, actually brew decks. But there's, like, 50 decks that I want to build for Modern now. Jonathan Snow, 41 months. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Hey, Seth, 41 months. Just a quick opinion. Not the biggest fan of the fast voiceover for ATO YouTube series yesterday. Still love you, though. Well, thank you for the feedback, Jonathan. Yeah, that's something messing around with a little bit to experiment and try some different things for the YouTube. But oh my goodness. So, Modern Horizons, we can talk about it as we go along. Oh, I love this card too. Piru. It's such a sweet design. Like, the old Elder Dragons are so iconic, but the downside of having to pay 3 a turn makes them really hard to play. With Piru, it's actually an upside because you can sacrifice it to Wrath the Board. We have Animate Dead essentially coming to Modern. It's ridiculous. Everything about this set's ridiculous. Cruntung, Desi J, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Do you think Eon Hope would see play with Solitary Confinement? I mean, you could go that direction. Wait, actually, what would that even do? Oh, it'd keep you from having to discard a card. You could go that direction. I assume that it'll probably be easier just to draw cards in ways that are not your draw step, but you could go Eon Hubway. Solar tier 1 now. I mean, I don't know how many decks are going to become tier 1 out of this, but like Enchantress gets better, Soul Herder. What do you think of this card? Oh no. Why is this not working? I actually have mixed feelings. What do you think of Solitude? Solitude, we just got this one too. The white free spell creature. 5 mana, flash lifelink, enters a battlefield, Swords of Plowshare or something, can evoke it by exiling a white card from your hand. Is that good? I don't know if I should be disappointed in this card or excited by this card. I'm really not sure where I land on it. So I feel like the part that's weird to me is it's 5 mana to cast naturally. When the other ones are 4 mana, I don't know if it would have been too good if it was at 4 mana, but I mean, obviously, it's a great way to break up creature combos. That's what I'm mostly excited about in Modern, is there's like a Heliod combo, which is one of the best decks in the format, or Vizier Druid combo. There's so many creature combos. Having a card that lets you tap out and still not die to a creature combo is a really big deal. So I really like that aspect of it, but this set's just insane. It's insane. What do you think of Green Urborg? Is Green Urborg, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I know one of the sub themes from some people for this set is green stealing black abilities. Like Gaia's Will from Yagwa's Will. We now have Yavmaya stealing from Urborg. Is green expanding too much? I think that's an interesting question. Oh, I know the question I really want to ask you. This is about an older card. Let me see if I can find this. And then I promise we are actually going to play Magic. Where is this card? I had something I was thinking about with this ooze. Where's the legendary ooze? What is it? AV? No. What is the name of the ooze? Maybe I just type ooze. Ah, there it is. So here's a question for you that I'm very curious your answer, chat. Blue Collar Man, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. What do you think about Enchantress archetype? Can it grow in Modern? I mean, it's getting a lot of new pieces, and I really love that archetype. So I'm definitely going to try to make it work. I think it's got a shot. I mean, it's still a slower archetype, but it's got a lot of powerful pieces now. So Elves Huga, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. You should play an Orzhov deck with Elesh Norn, Kravik, and Ethereal Absolution. Stacks them out. I like it. I like that idea. All right, so here's a question. With Eve Progenitor Ooze, when you read this card, it's pretty awkward that it's legendary. This is something I really struck me with this set, because there's so many legends in the set. And this is not a complaint. It's not a complaint. Like, I know we want new we want new legends for Commander, but here's my question for you. Are we getting too many legendary creatures now? Have we done the Wizards overcorrection thing, where there wasn't enough legendary creatures and Commander was like starving, and then Wizard was like, wow, you gotta print more legendary creatures, and now have they gone too far in the other direction? So I really don't mind. Borgod, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I really don't mind Wizards tacking legendary onto things to make the cards work in Commander. However, with Even specific, it feels very forced. They had to put a whole line of text on the card to make it work, to make it legendary. Like, they had to put this, like, oh, if it's a token, it's not legendary, blah, 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 blah. Like, the card would have been a lot cleaner in this case if it was just ooze, cast it, storm, make a bunch of tokens, non-legendary. So they actually had to jump through, like, a significant number of hoops to make it legendary. So that's the card that made me wonder. And then if you look through the set, a lot of things are legendary, and most sets are that way now. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I'm genuinely asking, because I don't know the answer to the question of whether we get too many legends or not, but so yeah, spoilers for days. If new spoilers come out during the stream, make sure to let me know, and we will talk about them as we go along. Latest Urza's and Enchantress presences, Nev's disc coming to Modern, which probably doesn't really matter, but yeah, Esper Sentinel's insane. That card is going to be a new white staple. But anyway, we got Magic to play and reminders to do. So what are we doing tonight as far as playing Magic? And we will check in on spoilers as we go along. Hey, what's up, Chef? How are you? So we are checking out Historic Anthology V. It just released today. Where is this anthology? All right, Historic Anthology V. We're gonna have some fun with new historic cards. Oh, I'm excited for Solitary Confinement. I love Enchantress and I love lock decks. Jam them both together, you got Solitary Confinement. You will like this combo. I promise. Knight of Souls Betrayal, Life and Limb, and Yavimaya. Ooh, wait. Knight of Souls Betrayal gets you too, though, right? I think you need the other one. You need the Curse. You need the Curse. If you do it with the Curse, then your lands will live. But I like the idea. But I think you need to use Curse of Deathhold over Knight of Souls Betrayal. Or Elesh Norn. Elesh Norn will get the job done. Upheaval is the card I most... Oh, my goodness. You're going to draw me back into spoilers now. Now we're going to have to talk spoilers because you mentioned Upheaval. We're going to play Magic. But now, for the next 2.5 hours, we're going to talk about the joys of Upheaval. Oh, my goodness. Yoda Man, welcome to the Fishbowl. And Sematron, thank you for your subscription. Big super here for you. If you've never played Upheaval, you gotta play Upheaval. You have to. Take this chance. It's coming to Modern. If you have never felt the joy and the power of resolving an Upheaval, this is your window. Upheaval, for me, it has a very special place in my heart, because Upheaval is a card that, when you read it, and you're not a very good Magic player, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you read this card, 6 mana, return all permanents to their owner's hand, it seems horrible. Like, when you read it, it's like, why would I want to do that? I'm spending 6 mana, and I gotta pick up all my permanents along with your permanents? Why in the world would I ever want to do that? And this is the card, like, when Upheaval clicked for me, it was actually, like, a pretty big moment in my development as a Magic player when I first started playing. Upheaval's insane! It's so sweet! Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I cannot wait. All you do is make a bunch of mana and you cast it and you absolutely dunk your opponent. You get rid of all their lands. It's the greatest feeling. Like, you make 12 mana and you Upheaval and you recast your mana dorks and all your stuff, and then you're like, here go, opponent, and your opponent untaps, and your opponent, they have like 20 cards in their hand because you just bounced their board, and they replay a land, discard 9 cards to hand size or something, and that is how it goes. Oh man. Oh, I cannot wait to be Upheavaling. So yeah, you could play it in Tron too. Oh, Tron. But yeah, so anyway, let's do our reminders, talk about our actual decks, and start playing. Seth, it's too Commander focused. Think of this during spoilers for Modern Horizons 2. If you talk more about Modern or Commander, if it's close, then it's way too much Commander focus. I actually don't know if I agree with that. Like, sure, there's Commander cards in the set, but if you scroll through, we're not going to play any Magic tonight. I mean, we will play Magic, but seriously, like, if you look through the set, Enchantress stuff, Modern focused. Solitude, Modern focused. Esper Sentinel, that's a Commander style card. We're gonna skip over the lower rarity stuff. I don't really care. That's like fill out limited or whatever. So I don't think we focus too much on the lower rarity stuff. Ragavan, that's a constructed focus card. I don't even know about Dermotex. I don't know what that's focused on. Something. It's just weird. It's like an against odds card. Kavu, I think, is a modern card. Yavimaya kind of goes both ways. That's a card that's going to see play in multiple formats. Lannis, definitely a Commander card. Hierarch, definitely a modern card. Gaia's Will, I don't know. It has historic significance as a constructed card, whether or not it makes it. But so I actually feel like, sure, there's a lot of Commander cards, but I feel like we've gotten a ton of really good modern stuff too. So I'm not like, Persist is very modern focused. I'm happy with how it's landed. Like, I feel like there's a lot of modern stuff in the set. King of Sharks, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right, quick reminders, and then we're going to talk about this deck, and now we're going to start playing new historic stuff. And as we go along, we can talk about whatever y'all want to. Probably a lot of Modern Horizons. If there's new spoilers, we will cover them as we're going along. But Replay YouTube, that's where you can find all the old streams, including this one, in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff going on the YouTube. Played some Dragon's Approach. Oh, I want your opinion on that. What did you think? Give me your opinion of the against odds. Did you like having some of the boring matches sped up a little bit to make the entire video a little bit more digestible? I've heard very mixed response so far. Some people love it. Other people did not like it. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that as we go along. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And maybe you need some of these sweet Modern Horizons 2 cards we're talking about. Enchantress Presence already listed along with Sterling Grove. every card you could possibly want. You can get over at cardkingdom.com, even get a free Scoop Soldier sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they will hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Didn't really like it. Yeah, it was great. I love Dragon's Approach, but would have liked the full match. I mean, the full match was there, so that was what I was trying to do. Like, I feel like just cutting a match out is a little awkward, or cutting games of a match out. So my idea was, well, I can still have the whole match in there, but just speed it up so it doesn't take as long. So here's basically what I've realized is a lot of people watch the YouTube gameplay videos for somewhere between 20 minutes and a half hour. But then a lot of the gameplay YouTube videos are like an hour plus. So I keep thinking that it would probably be better to try to get the videos into a range where people actually want to watch them. We have a new donation from... So that was my first experiment with just messing around with that. McCary, $20 donation. Dress down, dunks on Through the Breach. Even more than you thought because Creatures doesn't have face. That is a good point. Speaking of which, Phyrexian Dreadnought reprint to make Haunted Orb playable. Ooh, I would love to see Dreadnought in Modern. I wonder if that would be too good. I would be down. I hope that shows up in the reprint slot. That would be absolutely spectacular. How about you make a poll, YouTube? Seems if most people like it or not. Yeah, I might end up doing that in the future. So, what do you think the artifact duels? Do they hint at the unbanning of artifact lands? No, I don't think so. I don't think you can unban the real artifact lands. Oh, otherwise, merch page. Tokus, you should play bets. Good way to support the stream and the channel and site donations. Always appreciated. Never required. $2 or more gets your message read out. We got another one. We got another donation. Irish Rager, $5 donation. Do you think Asmon will be good in Modern? Had a huge debate to compare it to other 1-drops in Modern with what she does and not having a keyword ability that the card itself is kind of bad at the moment. Ooh, that is a great question. We might just talk about a lot of spoilers tonight. We will play Magic, I promise. There will be Magic played between our spoiler discussion. Hopefully y'all like spoiler discussion though, because I also do like talking about Magic cards. Thank you for the donation, by the way, and thank you again, McCurry, too, as well. Hopefully we get the Dreadnought. So Asmoranda de Medorsa Adistaticular. Asmor. Is this card actually good in Modern? I'm leaning towards yes with an asterisk. So here's the thing about Asmor. Asmor, it's not that easy to get on the battlefield. I think if you are playing maybe an Ether Vial deck, and you can put this into play with Vial on 0, that's pretty insane. Like, turn 1, 3/3, off your Ether Vial. Or, if we actually get the support to make, like, a Madness-style deck to discard cards, then I think it is worth it. Like, in those shells, I think it's pretty powerful. It essentially draws a card when it enters the battlefield, and the food ability is relevant. So, I think that Asmor is of a power level where it could see you play in Modern. On the other hand, you just can't throw it in any deck, because it has no mana cost, and because it has a pretty big restriction to even be cast, you can't throw this in any deck and have it work. So it's going to take a really specific build. Whether or not there's enough support to make that style of deck work, that's the question. But I feel like Asmor is of a power level where if you're cheating into play with Vial, if you have a Madness style deck, that it is going to be good enough to make the cut. Yeah, Faithless Hooting Me Band does hurt it quite a bit. Jesse Doyle and I Are Dreaded. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. All right, so what are we playing tonight? I promise we're playing Magic as we talk about Magic. We're starting off with Historic Anthology New Edition, Elesh Norn and Fred. So basically, the most exciting new editions, some of them, to Historic and Historic Anthology V are the Praetor cycles. So this is a deck that kind of harkens back a little bit to a Modern deck we played, where we were trying to get Unburial Rites in our graveyard along with a big Praetor so we can flash back Unburial Rites or cast it from our hand, reanimate the big thing, hopefully use it to win the game. We're playing almost all the Praetors. We have Elesh Norn, 3 copies, that's a big one. We have Sheoldred, big body, does some reanimation if we get into play. We We have Vorinclex, kind of for the memes. We got Jin-Gitaxias, which, if it lives, we're as our opponent hand. Also have Ulamog. I know this should be the Red Praetor, but the Red Praetor is pretty bad if you're reanimating it. Urbrask only costs 5 mana, so there's not much of a discount to reanimating it. So Ulamog, honorary Praetor in this deck. The rest of the deck, we got ways to mill cards and reanimate. We have our reanimation, of course. We can discard cards. We can mill cards. We can mill cards. Another new edition, Grizzly Salvage, one of my favorite cards, Stitcher Supplier. Got some defense and Thoughtseize Fatal Push, but basically, that's the plan of the deck. Get Praetors in the graveyard, get them out of the graveyard on the cheap, out of the battlefield, and see how good they are. Like, is this deck good? Are Praetors good in Historic? I guess that's what we're going to find out, because I actually don't know. Which MH2 reprint might have the biggest impact on Modern? Ooh. Excuse me. What MH2 reprint is going to have the biggest impact? I think that the reprint slot, I wish I had a way to just filter by reprints. Is there a way to do that? I wonder, does anyone know? I feel like you can do that on Scryfall, but I don't remember how. Let's see. Modern Horizons 2. I know there's a filter. Out here. Does anyone know how to do this? Oh, of course there's format. Why would there not be formatitize? I feel like there was a way to sort by reprints only. Printings equal. Wait, there's a printings tab? Do I just type that in? I don't see a printings tab. Is reprint. But where do I type up here? Where do I actually type it? All right. We'll come back to that. But I do think there are a lot of reprints from Modern Horizons that are going to have an impact on Modern. Ew, 2 Elesh Norns in hand. Probably got to mulligan that. Okay, this is better-ish. We will put a Stitcher Supplier to the bottom. Yeah, that sounds fine. In the criteria. Wait, where's criteria? Haha! I see. Is reprint. There we go. Thank you, chat. All right, so now we should see Modern Horizons cards that are. Oh no, I don't think I typed Modern Horizons today. So now we should only see the reprints, because I think there's actually. I've been very impressed with the quality of the reprints that I think are going to see play. So Counterspell, that's going to see play. Flame Rift, that's going to see play. Goblin Bombardment, one of the cards I'm most excited about, I think it's going to see play, and I think it's actually going to be... I think it's going to be a big deal. Goblin Bombardment is one that I'm really hyped... We really need this Grizzly Salvage, but I don't want them filling their graveyard. Ooh, Destero, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right, so back to our reprint list. So, okay, so top tier, Counterspell, really good. Enchantress's Presence, I think that's got a shot at Seeds playing Legacy. Flame Rift, auto-included bird decks. Goblin Bombardment, one of the ones I'm most excited for. It's going to be super good. I think it's actually going to create new decks, or at least power up like low-tier decks. So that's what I'm hyped for. Recruiter, going to enable combos. Not sure about Mirari's Wake. I think Factory sees play in the format. Nev's Disc, probably not. Patriarch's Bidding, maybe. Curion Ranger, yes, in Elves. Sanctum Prelate, yes, in Coco decks, Humans decks. Oh, that's Skirk Familiar. Skirk Familiar, probably not. Solitary Confinement, maybe. Sterling Grove, yes. Upheaval, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to build Upheaval decks. Possibly Zord Orb. A pretty big percentage of the cards that are being reprinted are in there. That's a very good question. Why is Factory better than Mutavault? So there is a little bit of contextuality here. So if you're playing a tribal deck, Mutavault is better. Oh yeah, you've come in at a great time, Dr. Shiro. This is a very exciting time in Magic. Opponent, gonna get back their Stitcher Supplier, mill some nothingness. Oh, well... This is awkward, but I think we're going to Belaget Recovery back our Grizzly Salvage. So why is Factory better than Mutavault? So Mutavault, if you're playing a tribal deck, it's better because it benefits from the lords. Factory, the upside is you can tap it to pump an assembly worker. It is an assembly worker. So on defense, you can block, tap it to pump itself, and have a 3/3. So it shuts down like Thalia's, Dark Confidants. Basically, two power creatures can't attack into it when they can't attack into Mutavault. So, I mean, that might not sound like the biggest deal, but it actually is a pretty big deal. Oh, this set's so sweet. The set's I am honestly blown away by how good this set is. Like, I straight up just blown away. Yeah, when I was building this deck, Angel's Serenity would have been good. I missed because we played a Rights deck in Modern, but in Modern, we had like Thragtusk and Resto, so we could do these Blink shenanigans. Those are cards that we just don't really have access to in Historic at the moment. Who updates Goldfish website and Instagram with new cards? It's a combination of Richard and Niachuk. It used to be all Richard. Now Niachuk, which, oh my goodness, thank you so much for everything you do, Niachuk. Seriously, like, you are a lifesaver. But yeah, Niachuk does most of it now, with Richard kind of, I think, overseeing a little bit. Well, let's salvage. Let's get something big in the graveyard. Come on, deck. We will accept it. We will accept an Elesh Norn. What do you say about it? What do you say? What do you say, chat? I heard that Elesh Norn was not actually good in this format, but, hang on a second. Elesh Norn is back, and opponent's gonna sack to draw cards. I mean, this should lock most of our opponent's deck out of the game. Like, I guess. Ah, opponent's done. Done. Oh, it's so good. So good. So good. Can't wait to start playing Kolaghan's command again. Yeah, I haven't built any decks with the new commands yet. I've been trying to figure out Dragonstorm. That was after spoilers today. I was trying to work on Dragonstorm for next week's Against Odds. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how Dragonstorm works. So, is it cheaty? Is it cheaty to have it be a Mizzix Mastery deck? That's what I've been pondering over all afternoon. So I really tried hard to figure out a way to build like a ritual Dragonstorm style deck. The problem is Historic doesn't really have rituals. It has Ironcrag Feet, and that's essentially it. So I feel like we might have to do more of a like get Dragonstorm in the graveyard in Mizzix Mastery it, and then reanimate it. I think there is like kind of a more like long shot plan where you can take and like try to Ironcrag Feet and copy Ironcrag Feet, and that actually gives you enough mana to cast it. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited to try Dragonstorm. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I'm excited to try it. Probably don't need Vorinclex in this one. We'll keep our Lilianas. Bring in more Fatal Pushes. Leyline of the Void for sure. Leyline of the Void is wonderful. Actually, maybe we need Nithos to deal with Graveyard. Hey, let's go down one Liliana and one Thoughtseize. Running like that. Is this Moto? No, this is Magic Arena. Yeah, Esper Sentinel is insane. Insane for Commander. So I think, yeah, as far as Dragonstorm, I think the two best plans I've figured out or seen for actually winning with Dragonstorm is one, please Thoughtseiz's Archon Gataxias opponent. Stitcher's Flyer. One is Lathless. Lathless is a good combo piece. You can, maybe we should discard this to hand size. Hey, what's up, Ziggo Magi? So if you can get Tear of the Peaks and Lathless going, that kills people really quick. There's also a combo you can pull off with Bladewing the Risen, where since Bladewing is legendary, if you can get like a Bladewing in the graveyard, and then reanimate, yeah, the two Bladewings, and then get Tear of the Peaks out, you can get a second Bladewing, reanimate the first one, and then that reanimates the second one, and you get infinite damage with infinite damage. So probably some mixture or combination of those synergies, I would think. Yeah, Bladewing's a really cool card. I'm hyped to play with Enduring Ideal with the new enchantments. Yeah, it would be cool if Enduring Ideal was a real modern archetype. I can see that. Enchantress is getting a lot. Boy, opponent's deck seems like it might have a hard time against Elesh Norn. Elesh Norn seems really good against the young Pyromancer deck. Opponent, oh, ay. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I think we're dead. Well, we'll take a oh! Alright. So next game we're probably going to try to mulligan a little more aggressively for a Leyline. Leyline seems really good against our opponent's deck. Kind of like it might just beat them. Oh, sweet Jesus. Alright. Oh, boy. Alright. We have 2 lands. Our opponent, we draw a Shieldred. Alright, let's go to game. Let's go to game. Let's go to game 3. That did not get off to a good start. What is the current build of... I mean, can we just leave up the Mana Tithe counter forever? There might be Mana Tithes later, just in case. Just in case. I've been trying Rakdos Dragon Reanimator, just too slow. Yeah, Historic is pretty fast right now. Well, so apparently our opponents... Alright, let's... Apparently their graveyard hate is spell-based. So Mythos of Nethroi doesn't do much. Let's try it like this, and let's pray really hard that we get a Leyline. Untapped has a new extension. I haven't. What does the extension do? I use like Cardboard Live for streaming. I do use Snapkeep. Snapkeep, that's a Leyline. I do use Untapped for tracking stuff though. Yes, we would like to put that into play. All right, opponent. How do you feel about a Leyline, Fred? Play Swamp. Stitcher's Supplier. Mill some cards. Do you think Historic will turn into digital modern format? Not if they don't start putting more cards on it. One of my frustrations with Historic at the moment is... Like, they should be adding Modern Horizons. They should be adding Modern Horizons. I don't even think there's any good justification or excuse to not be doing that. Like, other than we don't have the time or the effort or the money, but oh, I really want it on the client. Opponent kills our dork. We mill some cards. Well, there's some Burial Rites. We just need to get an Elesh Norn in the graveyard and I guess one more land, but we're close. All right, opponent finds a Cling to Dust. Well, Liliana's not bad. Well, Temra calls it. I mean, I guess it's not bad, assuming we hit lands at some point. Ooh! Yeah, wouldn't it be sweet to be able to draft it on Arena, too? I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of people have moved over to Arena, and it's kind of a bummer that they miss out on really cool sets because Wizards doesn't put them on there. And it would be sweet for Historic. There's so many cards that would be fun to play in Historic. I mean, we can play them in Modern, which is wonderful. Jeez, opponent's going off. All right. Oh, sweet mother. Not like this. Oh! Nightmare of nightmares. Opponents just had exactly what they needed to survive. Oh my goodness, what a draw to not care about the Leyline of the Void. We're gonna lose now, yeah? I mean that does it. That does it. Oh. Wow. What a ridiculously unfortunate series of events. Whew. I feel like with a Leyline out, we were so favored, but opponent. Yeah. Oh, wow. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Wow, that deck cannot beat a... They not beat an Elesh Norn. They not beat... If we get an Elesh Norn down, they're drawing dead. They just scoop it up. But it wasn't meant to be that time. random Arclight Phoenix out of nowhere. They must have just had an Arclight floating in their collection, so... Yeah, no Black Lotus tokens is a bit disappointing. Put looting in the deck, it's desperately needed. I don't know about that. I mean, looting is a powerful effect, but boy, you're going to have a pretty cruddy mana base. Like, that's kind of the issue. Your mana base is going to be not great. But maybe it's worth it to just YOLO it and hope for the best. Have you played Mass Effect? I have not. Hey, what's up, the Cardinator? How are you? Oh boy, Control. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Do we need green? Grizzly Salvage is absurd, so I would say yes. Huh. That's an annoying hand of cards. Well, I guess we take Teferi. Tap land. Go. Yeah, Grizzly Salvage is great in decks like this. Could you play Jund? I mean, you could. I mean, there's lots of possibilities. We have Liliana to discard cards, but I mean, Faithless Looting would be nice to be able to get cards out of hands more efficiently. That's something that Abzan is not especially good at. No Collective Brutality in this format. Better than looting. Well, I guess they're gonna probably memory lapse this anyway, or not. All right, well, get an Overgrowth Tube. Tap land, go. Is it better than looting? I mean, I think that's kind of a tough question. The other issue is that Red just doesn't have... Red doesn't offer anything except for Faithless Looting. Like, there's just not a lot of synergistic pieces in Red compared to the other colors. Yeah, I mean, there's other like rummaging effects. That's true. Although Ox is also double red, which seems like even more of a challenge. But I don't know. Maybe. All right, opponent has a handful of helixes. Sure. Passes. Well, Stitcher Supplier. Mill some cards. Go to combat. Attack you. Unburial Rights. Stitcher Supplier. Oh. A Braid seems pretty necessary against Graveyard, eh? Oh, I mean, in Abzan we get the best answers. In Abzan we have Assassin's Trophy, Mythos of Nethroi, Binding of the Old Gods. So we actually have way better answers than a Braid. That's actually one of the problems with Red. I was realizing this working on Dragonstorm. One of the biggest problems with Red actually is that you can't kill enchantments. You just can't deal with enchantments. So if your opponent plays a Rest in Peace or a Leyline of the Void, you're just kind of done. So I think that's this does appear to be a new map, doesn't it? I haven't noticed this one before. Yeah, you could play something like Pack Rat. Pack Rat would be an interesting possibility. Crypt Breaker could be another option. Yeah, Feed the Swarm kills an enchantment in black. Red, though, I guess you have Chaos Warp, sort of, but Red doesn't really have a way to just straight up deal with it. Hey, Seth, I've been jamming Tempered Steel since before Anthology got a big upgrade. If you're still looking for lists, I have one. Ooh, let me take a look. That looks fairly. I actually built a Tempered. Wow, opponent. Okay, so we're just gonna take the hit in Wrath. I think we're fine with that, though, because then we get to Liliana. Maybe we just want to play more Lilianas. Opponent makes a oh, so they're going to Wrath and then be able to leave up a counter, maybe? Alright. Well, we'll see. Mills. Opponent passes. That's not the worst. Thought sees you. Get a peek. Make sure there's no counter. Opponent. Try to control us. Yeah, that looks good, Shasha. I like it. Opponent memory lapses. Well, we will unburial rights. Get back Elesh Norn again. See what our opponent found. Is this old Kaladesh? Oh, maybe it's an old Kaladesh map. It doesn't look familiar to me, but maybe it's just been a while. Argument, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Go to combat. Attack. Haunting Voyage Freighter against odds. That would be kind of funny. Although, Eerie Ultimatum might be the way to go. Since they're legendary anyway, you can't really get back more than one of them. Opponent's going to Torrential Gearhulk. 4. Magma Opus. And, well, alright, so black, white. Get rid of Torrential Gearhulk. Hit ya. Thought sees ya. Take the Teferi. Pass the turn. Yeah, Sterling Grove is super sweet. Opponent Narset desperately digging. Do they find an answer? No, they stone whiff. Plays a lad. Passes. Yeah. Finding a way to get more things in the graveyard from hand would be nice. I am agreeing with that. Still not 100% sure if it's worth splashing into red, but maybe it is. Let's Liliana. Take it up.
For new minions. Care to volunteer?
Opponent. Yeah, Lady Helix, empty-handed. We will discard Ulamog, honorary Praetor Ulamog. Play the tap land, pass the turn. Opponent. Grizzly Salvage, Assassin's Trophy, Mythos of Nethroi, that stylist. Wow, they hit it to Fairy. Well, opponent's fighting the good fight, trying to stay alive. Get about to Elesh Norn for now. They have a Wrath in hand.
I was bored anyway.
Well, we'll get back Ulamog. Tap lad. All right, opponent. Can you make a miracle happen? KMB, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Draws a card. Opponent. They need to hit Teferi 3, I guess? I mean, if this was an Urbrask. Prismari Command, desperate looting. Try to find anything. To stay alive, can they do it? Draws 2. Discards 2. Makes a treasure. They do have an annoying number of planeswalkers on the battlefield. Do you have any new video with Obliterator? We've played Obliterator plenty. Oh, wow, they cheese them. Alright. Alright. I can't believe this is working out for our opponent. They're just spinning one into another. Well, Sheoldred, go. So derpy. Oh, I love Modern Horizons 2. Modern Horizons 2 looks insane to me. Opponent, Lightning Helix. Makes a token. Are they gonna chain together another miracle? No way. No way they just go runner. No way. About it. Goes attacking. Well, we will block. Opponent. I am about to... Wow. Wow. Oh. Well, sure. This deck blows. Well, I mean, our opponent is playing control. They just had to go runner for 3 turns in a row to not be dead. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that qualifies as blows. Did they manage to run yet again? There's one of the Green Praetors, but it's mostly just for, wow, they did. Sure. Wow. That is insane. Oh. Well, yeah, all right. Sure. Whoo. There is a Green Praetor in the deck, but it is mostly for the memes. The Green Praetor is not actually good. Jay Zoller, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Why concede? Well, we just didn't have any way to get back in the game at that point. I mean, so here's the thing: when you play against the control decks, when your opponent has a Teferi and are drawing 2 cards in turn, and they have 4 or 5 cards in hand, and you have nothing, like, you're not literally dead, but your odds of winning are so low that my feeling there is that you should just I choose to just concede in those scenarios. That is my preference. I think that the odds of winning are just so slim that it's not really worth it. Oh, wow! We had our opponent dead to rights too. They had to do some pretty hot running to not be dead there, but they did have a lot of card draw to find it. Well, didn't mill anything too exciting, unfortunately. Well, thought sees you. I guess we take memory lapse. Triumph. Opponent's got a very, very strong hand. Yeah, that's a hand that is not going to be fun to play against. Colgate, welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Well, let's play Temrat Calls the Dead, mill some cards. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know about the maybe we do just have to make the mana bad and play Faithless Looting. Temrat Calls the Dead does not seem to be very good at at making creatures in this deck. The Red Praetor is fine. In Standard, it was fine as, like, the top end of an aggro deck, but it is not... It is not especially powerful. Well, we'll hit Narset. I'm kind of feeling like this one is over and we just haven't realized it yet, but... Get a land. Play the Triome. So, like, these are the scenarios, like, like, do you even, like, this is a scenario where I see this hand, and personally, I'm very tempted to just, like, concede, even more tempted. But, like, personally, like, yeah, we're at 14 life, but just looking at this, is there even a 1% chance that we win this game? Or are we just going to spend 20 minutes losing when we could be on to playing a fun game. Dry's $15 donation. Teferi might be the hero of Dominaria, but you're the hero of our hearts. Well, thank you, Dry's, for the donation and the kind words. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, alright. I guess we keep Mythos of Nethroi. So we can't cast anything, or it gets countered. And that's going to be true for... Yeah. Am I going to get yelled at if I concede? Like, there really is 0% chance that we win. But I also don't like getting yelled at. Oh, boot it. Search for Escanta. Well, we'll see. Maybe our opponent will make an ill-advised tapping out and allow us to resolve Liliana. That would actually be decent. That'd be something. Our graveyard is also shut down, which is a problem. Opponent passes. We play a lad. We go to combat. We attack. I think that we're just going to attack with our dorks, and who knows? Who knows? Maybe our opponent stumbles around in the dorks go all the way. Boot it. I will say our opponent does not appear to have many modern or historic anthology cards. Tisk tisk. Well, kill Teferi. Opponent gets to draw a card. Yeah, I mean, the Gear Hulk is obviously coming. And we can't reanimate things, and we can't resolve non-reanimation things, so we're pretty close to just actually being locked out of the game here. We'll see. We'll give it another turn. Who knows? Like, we could draw a Thought Distortion. Thought Distortion it's only a one of, but Thought Distortion would be pretty good. Well, playing a Stitcher's Supplier, mill some cards. Hey, what's up, Rave Crawler? Good to see ya. How are you? Yeah, I do like the battlefield for sure. Well, past the turn, we got our 4-7. But the life totals are deceiving. Things are about to go real bad. Why do we have a Manic Tithe counter right now? Why wouldn't we have a Mana Tithe counter right now? What if we Mana Tithe someone? Do we mill Thought Distortion? Hell yeah. Well, there goes our one hope. Once this Cure Hulk comes down, opponent plays a Narset. Takes down the Narset. Hits a Magma Opus. So now they're trying to get the Gear Hulk something in the graveyard. They don't want a Gear Hulk until it's good, and it is now officially good. We draw a land. Wow. Well, we made it a little close. Opponent down to 3. If only the Wizards put Lightning Bolt into this format. Hey, what's up, Stone Raid? How are you? Good to see ya. Is there Mana Tithe in this deck? No. But there could be. Found it. Gets a Shark Typhoon. Yeah. Well, we fought the good fight, but the fight is officially ended. Jadester, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, we'll attack one more time, or maybe they just do this main phase, but once they're going to upkeep it. So once they Torrential Gear Hulk Magma Opus, they still have Veto up, and now there's literally 0%. There's no way that we can win. Well, they have Dovin's Veto up, so we still can't resolve Liliana. Our board gets Wrath. Our opponent has a 5/5 and a 4/4, and they have 7 cards in hand, and they have Graveyard Hate, and they have Dovin's Veto. Well, that didn't go. That didn't go super good. That is a obnoxious matchup. Let's try one more, and then we'll experiment. We can try splashing into red and see what happens. I always get yelled at for scooping too early, though. It's something I've tried to work on because I know some people really don't like scoops before the end, and I think sometimes like legitimately I do scoop too early. Yeah, Elizabeth Cotton can play a amazing guitar. That's not going to work. Well, this I guess works. We'll put Shieldred to the bottom. Not a lot of action. Oh dear. Alright, even less action. Thoughtseize. Well, come on, real cards. Conflict Swine, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, is Control the best deck in the... Oh no, is this another Control deck? Maybe Control is the best deck in the format. I feel like if Control's the best deck in the format, that you just have to... You just have to play specific things that are good against Control. Flewy! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think part of my... So, it's really weird. So, my take on Control is... Can you try to say the MH2 card name, which may not be named? Oh, I already tried earlier. But, yeah. This isn't looking good. Opponent, stripping our hand. We will... play a land, Balaget Recovery, get back Temrak Calls the Dead. Pass the turn. Oh, try to say the name that can not be named. I will warn you now, it is not going to well. As more Andomars Dice Dista Kula Dakar. Something along those lines. I think I was within like 15 or 20 letters of correct. So my feeling on Control is, I think part of the reason why it is especially brutal is Control is really good against the janky decks that we tend to play. So I think that's part of it. If I'm playing like top tier decks, then I actually don't mind Control matchups at all. But Control decks tend to be especially punishing against decks trying to do fun things, because decks trying to do weird fun things generally are playing like big things that are susceptible to counter spells and endless interaction. So that is, I think that's why I personally end up getting frustrated by it sometimes. Hey, what's up, Betty? How are you? So yeah, I think, yeah, there's a memory lapse. Pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, Voraclex is funny, but like, yeah, that's a lot of things in janky fun decks are funny against Control if you can land them. The problem is that landing them and having them stick on the battlefield for a couple turns there are not common. Control is kind of set up to make sure that doesn't happen. Like, that's kind of their whole deal. On Mario rights, about it. All right. I mean, we got a Voraclex for a second. Opponent. We got Heartless Act. Yup. All right. The problem is we're just gonna lose to this Voraclex, or lose to this Nicole Bolas. We haven't run a removal spell for it. The Against Odds deck was super fun. It's actually like kind of close to being good. Opponent hits us and taps. All right, so that's a new card. And in Iskanta. Well, I guess we gotta get Elesh Norn. And go attacking. And... just gotta pass. Search for Iskanta. About it. Gets an Iskanta, plays a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can flip Nicole Bolas. And reanimate from our graveyard. Seems good. So do you think they will ever do anything about the extremely slow speed of a majority of arena players? I mean, what would it would even be a potential solution to people playing solely on arena? Like, I'm not even sure what would the solution even possibly be. Opponent gets a Vorinclex. Our Vorinclex. Close. I'll go attacking. But our opponent has double mana. Well, Vorinclex is looking good for our opponent. Hey, what's up, Lord? How are you? A speed Q, I guess, could be interesting. Oh, alright. Opponent, Tibalt. Yeah. Oh, so much control tonight. Maybe we gotta switch to, maybe we gotta try switching to aggro. Maybe we switch to aggro. Aggro Elesh Norn. Maybe that's the solution to everyone apparently playing control decks. The Vanishing Verses have not actually been very effective in the matchups we've played, which is a little bit of a bummer. Jace TBD, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's Tempered Steel doing with the addition of Core Homunculus? I mean, I feel like Core Homunculus is good for that deck. Well, all right, we'll try it. We'll see. I mean, we got some duresses. Maybe that'll slow our opponent down for a minute. Counter, removal. Nicole, jeez. Well, I guess we take Brainstorm and try to mana screw him. Hey, what's up, Nick King Nerds? How are you? I'm doing well. Ooh, well, I mean, Thought Distortion is a good card if we ever get to it. Duress you. Another counter. Well, I mean, I guess we just gotta... Nice. You got a handful of counters and control stuff. Don't nice me, opponent. Orzhov tokens? Let me see, Betty. Opponent plays a land. We will play Temple Garden past the turn. Ooh, that's a spicy take. I like the Sedgemoor Witch plan. Opponent draws a land. We need some black mana. We need some black mana and our opponent to forget to counter some things. Well, Temrat calls the dead. Well, there's our black mana. Now officially in the graveyard. Opponent Brainstorms. 1-drop tribal. I mean, that is 12 mountains. That is about as aggro as it gets, I think, Colonel Frogfoot. I made my own card game years ago. I'd love to test it out with someone to be interested in looking at it with me at some point. Well, slightly unfortunate that Elesh Norn happened to be the fourth card in our library, which means it did not get milled by either activation and it ends up in our hand. So Stone Raids. Alright, Bajukabog. So Stone Raid, that's a blowout. That's a blowout. So Stone Raid, send me email about it. Oh, boy. All right. So about those Praetors in Historic. Yeah, this is a bad Vorinclex. There's Nicole Bolas, opponent leaving up counter mana. We will attempt to kill it. I mean, I guess this does let us discard a card, which is a thing. That's kind of an upside here. Memory Lapse. Well, we know what we're drawing next turn. Not a Black Source. Well, kill Nagobolas. Go attacking. Maybe just ramping into the Praetors would be easier. I mean, at the same time, we played against just Control all night. The one matchup that we didn't play against Control went... Gee whiz. The one matchup that was not against Control went a little bit better. Boom. Counter it, my friend. Yeah, there's an Ionize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means that flips and seals our stuff, and we will scoop it up. All right. Let's switch it up. We might come back to this. Yeah, that is kind of Emergent Ultimatums. What it always comes down to. Thoughts on the new free path for Modern Horizons 2? So, I actually think that Solitude is... I like it, and I think it certainly has a purpose, but I don't think it's broken or anything. I feel like one of the things about Force of Will style cards is... One of the things about Force of Will style cards is there is a very real cost to 2-for-1ing yourself. Like, that is a big deal. You don't want to be Force of Willing a card. So I feel like Solitude is a card where I'll be happy to have it in my deck to save myself from, like, a Heliod combo or something. But I don't think, like, can you imagine your opponent plays a Goblin Guide or Monastery Swiftspear, and you being like, all right, 2-for-1 myself to kill your Goblin Guide? That's not very good. Power Dad, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I don't know. So I think there's two issues. So we can add red mana for Faithless Looting. Whether or not that's actually... I mean, you could... So... You could play a deck that was getting Praetors in the graveyard very consistently. The problem is, are Praetors even that good? Like, so here's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, so let's look at it this way. You got Faithless Looting, you got Thrilling Discovery. You have you have Cathartic Reunion. So you can build, like, this style deck. Play Elesh Norn. Play... I guess basically, like, the same things we were playing before. And it is going to, like, consistently get Praetors into the graveyard. At the same time, you're not going to have as many real cards. So the question's going to be, is reanimating a Praetor, like, how effective is that? Is that actually, like, is this even effective? If we're going to go after the, like, consistently reanimate a Praetor, like, are the Praetors a good enough payoff for that to actually matter? Like, that's kind of the question. And I'm not sure that they are. Like, I don't know that it is. Like, I think we could, if you overload on Cathartic Reunions, Faithless Losings, Thrilling Discoveries, I think you can very consistently be trying to Unburial Rights on turn 4. But is that even enough? And I'm actually not sure. Ulamog is probably the best reanimation target. Probably, it's at least in the conversation. Ooh, Martyr Humans looks fun, Lockout. All right, well, we can come back to this. Let's try a different way of getting Elesh Norn into play with another new card. This is a little more aggressive. So if people are going to be controlling us like crazy, maybe we punish them by Intangible Virtuing and attacking with tokens that are pumped by Virtue and pumped by Heroic Reinforcements and pumped by Lorehold Command, but also with the possibility of turning a token into our only creature, which is Elesh Norn, which also pumps our token. So this is still a Praetor deck, but this is a much more aggressive take. Also, the Mana Tithe counter might be might be relevant for this one. Might be relevant. Let's try some aggro. Some aggro tokens. Some aggro Elesh Norn. Yeah, it's a cool idea. We'll see how it works. Yeah, the 16/16 Indestructible Convoke-Worm, the biggest problem with that is it just gets chump blocked forever. The nice thing about Ulamog is Ulamog's exiling away the library ability that actually does make it a very guaranteed clock. Oh, I can't wait to build Goblin Bombardment decks, unfortunately. Ooh, well... This hand is great if we draw one more land. One land, one keep. One land, one keep. Yeah, I guess we better not. Yeah, alright, this hand is great even if we don't draw another land. Alright, Legion's Landing, go. Forbidden Friendship, flip it. That's pretty good. Haunting Voyage. Oh, Haunting Voyage. I mean, Haunting Voyage would be a funny against the odds attempt with Praetors for sure. The thing with Haunting Voyage is I feel like Eerie Ultimatum just does what it does, but better. So I feel like Haunting Voyage, I'm excited for Patriarch's Bidding. Oh my god, Elesh Norn would be so... We need Elesh Norn. Elesh Norn will end our opponent's deck if we can find it. I'll play this. Intangible Virtue. Go attacking. Come on, Transmogrify. Maybe we should... Wow. Should we be playing... How many Transmogrify should we be playing? Should we be playing Indomitable Creativity too? Like this matchup, getting an Elesh Norn wins us the game. It is so insane. Northern Vanguard, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So no Reanimator for now. I mean, we might play more Reanimator. It is a possibility. I mean, is Luca better than Transmogrify in a deck where we don't have any creatures? Or better than Intangible Virtue? I'm actually not sure. It's 5 mana. Does it do anything other than Indomitable Creativity? I'm not actually sure that it does. Etherborn Tribal would be sweet. Do you think there's potential for some New Knights or Minotaurs in MH2? We haven't really seen them yet, but Modern Horizons is the kind of set where anything can come along, so... Yeah, I guess the possibility of getting another Elesh Norn is something. Well, go attacking. Go to blocks. Oh boy, this is a bad sign though. This is our opponent untapping with unlimited mana thanks to Elvis Archdruid. Can we add Goblin Bombardment to this Elesh Norn deck? Goblin Bombardment is not in Historic, so that would be the sticking point. I don't think I would play Goblin Bombardment in this deck either way. I'm very excited for it coming to Modern. Like, Goblin Bombardment is an incredibly sweet card. I don't know if I just play it in an aggro deck like this. I mean, maybe it would be fine. I mostly associate it with aristocrat style decks. Oh, opponent, another War Master. And I mean, Elesh Norn also blows out our opponent's stuff, remember? I missed your subscription, my apologies! Amarillo Blazer, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am tiptoeing my way into Modern, but all I have to work with right now is Card Hoarder's free loan program. Ugh. Well, this is the downside of aggro decks, is you don't have any card advantage. I mean, we're to the point where we could just cast an Elesh Norn. $5 loan program. I've tried Sliver. What are some other fun archetypes with a budget enough for 5 ticks? Ooh, maybe I would have to look at prices. Maybe Burn. Maybe 8-whack. 5 ticks is a pretty low budget, so I'm actually not. Wow. Elite Spellbinder. That is random. Yeah, I mean, Elesh Norn is absurd. Like, we have Elesh Norns in our deck. We have many of them. We have 8 copies that we can draw, so the odds are not that bad. Actually, we don't even live, though, right? Opponent gets to make everything 5/5s. 6 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I mean, if we get an Elesh Norn, we still win this game. Even after all this. Alright, we'll take 18. Take 18. Come on, deck. Be good. Be good. Elesh Norn, I think, is significant. I think Elesh Norn is better than Craterhoof in this matchup. Opponent pumps their dorks. Alright, this is it. This is it. Wait, how in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Oh, we've drawn 7 lands and 3 spells? Oh, no wonder this is going poorly. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! No, 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 no! No, no, no! 8 lands and 3 spells? Oh. 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 Well, many lands were drawn. Many losses were given. Oh. I mean, all we need to do is the Elesh Norn thing. We got Transmogrify. It just absolutely wrecks them. It's a free win. It's free win. Oh, Transmogrify, free win. Our opponent cannot win. Come on, Magic Gods. Please be good to us for once. Oh, yeah, we were almost to the point of casting an Emrakul that game. Alright, we will play first. You know what? This doesn't get this also doesn't get an Elesh Norn. Alright, well, sure. Sure. Schwazix! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you. About it, Lando or Elves. Oh no, here comes the lands. Well, kill Lando or Elves. Hit you for 1. Yeah, maybe we just had some, maybe we had some indomitable creativities. Or maybe it's just the matchup. The thing is, like, I don't know if Elesh Norn is, like, if we were up against Control, Elesh Norn would not be nearly as exciting. Alright, now we actually need to draw a land. We need to draw a land. Yeah, I mean, Tempered Steel is a powerful archetype. I don't know how good it is right now. How has it been for you recently? I know there have been times where it's very good. Alright, there's a land, so that's solid. Heroic Reinforcements. Not Elesh Norn good, but still decent. Flip Legion's Landing. About it. Takes it to 8. Pass the come on, Elesh Norn. I want to Elesh Norn the elf deck so bad. Opponent land Elvish Archdruid. Alright, yeah. Come on, deck. Forbidden Friendship. Well, Heroic Reinforcements. Go attacking. Opponent. Gotta do some blocking. Blocks. Board being whittled down. Blocks. Yeah. I mean, maybe we can do it without Elesh Norn. I mean, our main plan is to Transmogrify Elesh Norn. We would prefer to draw a Transmogrify rather than literal Elesh Norn at the moment, but we upload all the deck lists to a drive later. Ooh, I can update. What? Oh! Okay. Why? Why in the world? I mean, we're still gonna win, I think, but double. Why would you bring that in against our deck? so utterly confused. Well, I think we had removal? That's such a strange choice. This is the Elesh Norn deck we're playing at the moment. Huh, yeah, my mind is actually a little bit blown too. It's a good card for like control matchups, but weird card to bring in against tokens. Can't play a lot of Lightning Helixes with Lorehold Command in the mix. Lorehold Command's pretty good in tokens. Like making a token and pumping tokens is pretty powerful. Come on, one time. Oh. Well, we got the Transmogrify, but we don't have the lands. Well, this one we're keeping. We're keeping, and we're hoping, and we're praying. We don't have Transmogrify again. Actually, do we even keep this? It's not bad with one land. We are on the draw. I don't know if it's worse. We got a lot we can do with 2 mana. We're still not especially close to Transmogrify. Alright. Elesh Norn bottom. Heroic Reinforcements bottom. we haven't seen a Transmogrify this entire match. Well, Sacred Foundry go. Opponent. I think Elesh Norn is a pretty good target against elves for sure. Like, the best? I think that Elesh Norn would be if I could choose any card to cheat to play against elves, it is Elesh Norn. Hey, thank you, Modest of the Mind. I appreciate the raid. Welcome. Yeah, opponent. Making dorks run cards. Llanowar Elves. Goes to combat. Attacks. Well, I guess we might as well try to get... Watch them have Snakeskin Veil. Watch them... They probably do. Why? Why would you have Snakeskin Veil? Block. Dragon Fodder. Sacred Foundry. Pass the turn. Those Snakeskin Veils. I don't understand, but it worked that time. Opponent. Wow, they can actually pump. Sure. Alright, can the Magic Gods, for once in our lives, just let us draw the card that the deck is built around? No, it's another land. Oh, my goodness. Alright, well, Dragon Fodder. Inspiring Vantage. No! It's the freest of wins! Opponent. Gonna go attacking. We will block. And we will block. And we will take 6. Alright, deck. Please! Reward our faith! Yeah. Alright. Oh! Should have kept the one. I don't know about keeping that first one-lander. Alright, the thing is, we're going to bring in 4 Indomitable Creativities, and then we're going to play against Control, where Elesh Norn is not that helpful. That would increase our odds of getting an Elesh Norn, but we're also up against elves. So, like, we could play 8 copies of Transmogrify. We're going to have to cut other cards to do it. But that might just be focusing too much on one matchup where it'd be really good. The thing is, Elesh Norn is legendary. So, it's a dead draw. It's a dead draw if we draw multiples of them. So it's probably just unfortunate, I guess, that we just couldn't find one across all three matches. That would be my guess, is we're probably overreacting to just some not ideal running. Well, land go. So the problem with Jin Gataxi is it has to live through our opponent's turn, which is that's asking for a lot to go right. That's the challenge. Jin Gataxius is powerful, but if you cheat it into play, it is really, really tricky to have it actually live for the turn against control. That's kind of the problem. You want to fix the mana base. What is the problem with the mana base? I mean, you can. It has flash, right? Doesn't Jin Gataxius have flash? I mean, it also costs a ton of mana to hardcast it. So you'd have to be like a full-on ramp deck, I think. Well, go attacking. Harness Lightning, sure. Opponent takes it. A quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Opponent has a pummeler. Well, we could be dead at any moment. Castle Embrith, go to combat. Well, this is another matchup where Elesh Norn would be really good. It would be really good. We're never going to see Elesh Norn, are we? No, maybe we gotta add 4 Lucas too. We'll just play every polymorph effect that is legal in Historic. And then at some point, it'll be impossible not to draw them. Colossus. Yeah. Attune with Ether, so 10. Yeah, that's what Pummeler can do when you don't draw Elesh Norn! Oh my goodness. At this point, it's kind of becoming funny. At some point, we're just going to keep adding more and more of these, and we're still not going to draw it, and I guess it just becomes hilarious? At some point, it's just funny. I think we're to that point. Yeah, Pummeler is a legit scary card, that's for sure. Are you playing the 2-mana draw in Boros? Wait. Oh, Thrill of Discovery? It doesn't really draw. It just filters. After every match we lose, add 2 more polymorphs. Just keep going. I mean, the problem with Debalt's Trickery is you need to only play finishers. I think the odds of us hitting Elesh Norn would be very, very small. We'd mostly be getting a Raise the Alarm or something. Solitude. Whoa! All right, we got a handful of Elesh Norns this time. If we can get to 4 mana. Well, land go. Opponent. Solitude is a very powerful card, but it only goes in a narrow subset of decks. You gotta be able to build around it, basically. Because skipping your draw step and having to discard each turn, that is a hoop that you have to jump through. But if you can jump through the hoop, it can be quite powerful. I guess we gotta play this first. Alright, Sacred Foundry, untapped. Intangible Virtue. Attack you. Opponent. Redcap melee, sure. Alright, land. Okay, gonna do, wow, alright. Setting us up for a very nice Elesh Norn. Yeah, even nicer. Yeah, even better. Well, land. Creativity. resolved. Yes! Finally! Out of here, board full of burning trees. Oh, that was worth it. That was worth it. Oh, there. Yeah, shock. Opponent realizing their life is questionable, scoops it up. Whoo! There we go. That's what we've been wanting. I finally came together in all of its glory. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Whoo! Still fun to try an alternative plan to the OG Transmogrify deck. We have Elesh. We do have Elesh Norn. Yes, we do. Shame you are opening yourself up to Divine Gambit with Elesh Norn. Yeah, this deck would be very weak to Divine Gambit. We got no permanence. They would actually get us. Maybe that's what Divine Gambit is for. It's token. It's token hate. Could Birth of Melitus be in the deck? Huh. This was a concern when we brought in a million of them. Is we're gonna have some hands like this with a lot of dead cards, but we'll see. Tab line go. It does let us get through the first removal spell. So Birth of Melitus, the issue is that that the token is Defender, and this deck really does want to be aggressive. Oh, burning trees. Well, raise the alarm. Block a cub. Drop to 18. Opponent passes. Well, Plains. Forbidden Friendship. Hit ya, hit ya. Question's gonna be how much removal does our opponent have? That's the question. If the answer is none at instant speed, we're gonna win this game. If the answer is infinite, we're gonna be sad. Ugh. Huh. Do we even go for it? Is it even worth going for? I'm not sure that it is. I made a Mardu Circle of Loyalty list in Standard. Ooh, yeah. Let me see the Addict. I'd love to see it. Domain Kavu's sweet. Well, we kind of only have 2 tries because we're gonna run out of creatures. I mean, they almost certainly have removal, but we'll see. Transmogrify. About it. Go on the white one in case they have red cat melee, then at least I gotta pay the price. A Ninja Turtle. Wow, a Ninja Turtle. Welcome to the fishbowl. Okay. Whoa! They did not have removal. A Ninja Turtle. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I mean, the plan kind of actually works-ish. When it actually comes together, it kind of works. It kind of works. There we go. That was more like it. That was much more like it. I mean, I guess it is kind of a jank 'em out style plan. That's for sure. It is. I mean, I feel like the token plan can be like somewhat consistent. I mean, the token plan doesn't feel bad. Maybe we go 6 and 3, and add more lore hold commands. Lore hold command gives us card draw too. Like that seems maybe like that. Can we win against no creature deck? I mean, we also have a pretty aggressive token plan, so the plan against decks where Elesh Norn is not that good is just to play a bunch of tokens and attack. How did Abs and Rights do? It didn't do great, but we also didn't get a super good sense. We just played against a bunch of, mostly a bunch of control decks. I do think we do need to find a better way of getting cards out of our hand, I think. Ooh, that hand's not good. We do need to find this hand's also not good. We do need to find oh, I guess we're keeping this one. We do need to find a better way of getting cards from our hand into the graveyard, I would say. But the other problem is the Praetors are just... I don't know if the Praetors are a good enough payoff to make reanimation worth it. That's kind of the other concern. Shadow Sphere. Not the best time for the Elesh Norn. Let a little bit of mana away from that one. Praetors, I really love Praetors as a cycle of creatures, but I'm actually not sure how they match up against 2021 Magic. Like, I'm just not sure that they're... Ugh, yeah, it's not great. I'm not sure that they... I don't know. Are they still powerful in the current era of crazy designs and cards? I'm actually not 100% sure that they are. I mean, it wasn't a rage. It wasn't a rage keep. It's more that once you get to 5, you gotta make do with what you got. And we do have a hand where if we draw a single land, we can flip Legion's Landing, and that gets us to 3 lands, and then we're kind of in business. So once you get to 5, you just gotta kind of take what you get for the most part. 4 is very rarely functional. Ugh, yeah. Well, hit ya. More Legion's Landings. Opponent's just gonna go to town with his Knight of the Even Legion. Oh, let me see the Fordic. Mardu Knight Control. Ooh. Elder Rain. Yeah. Well, now we're definitely dead. We didn't really do anything. Well, we got the land, but a tiny bit late to the party. That's an interesting take on Knights. Haven't seen many Oathsworn Knights. The kind of control plan that's unique. That's something I haven't really seen. Well, bring in a bit more removal, I guess. Go down. What? Yeah, maybe a couple lore hold commands. I guess they're pretty slow against aggro. I had an inspiration on Tangible Virtue, so I make Selesnya Elves. Ooh. Wait, elves? How do elves make... Ooh, Conclave Guildmage. Spicy. Yeah, Dwinian's Elite Warmaster make tokens. Interesting. I had never even really considered Intangible Virtue in elves, but they do make a decent amount of tokens. That's a cool idea. I like it. Yeah, Esper Sentinel I think is probably going to be the new best white carding commander, or most heavily played. I think that just goes in every white deck for now until the end of time. It is really good. Toski is pretty good for the token plan. I would play Toski in this deck in a second. I don't know if it's worth splashing. The problem is it ruins the Elesh Norn plan. Do you think Toski is better to transmogrify into than Elesh Norn? We would draw many cards. When are we going to play some Mythos of Aluna again? Ooh. That's a good question. I mean, I'm sure we will play some more Mythos of Aluna at some point. It is a super fun card. Alright, well, that's fine. So I get to take Heroic Ring. What is our opponent? Just Rakdos aggro? Huh. Yeah, Raise the Alarm's pretty sweet. The new squirrel one's really good from Modern Horizons. The one that makes squirrels instant speed. They are tapped, but it has a bunch of other upsides. I think that's a legitimately good token producer, though. Oh, there's Dragon Fodder. One more land and our opponent's probably dead to Heroic Reinforce. Okay, they're knights. Interesting. I actually am pretty happy with this. I would like to draw extra cards. Huh. I'll go to combat. Attack ya. Hit ya. Opponent gets to block 1. Would Raid Bombardment be good in this deck? So, sort of. I think Raid Bombardment would work really well with the 1/1 tokens. The only issue is our plan is to pump the token. So if our plan actually works and we have Intangible Virtue or Elesh Norn, then Raid Bombardment would stop doing anything. So that would kind of be the issue. Yeah, the new crab enchantment is really good. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. It would be good when they're unbuffed, but we are hoping to buff them, and then it gets a lot worse. I think we can win here in a really... Oh no, this is sorcery, yeah. Well, Raise the Alarm again. Do we win anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opponent's pretty close to just dying to... I mean, they're dead to a land for sure, but they're kind of just dying naturally. Oh, our current rate of drawing Polymorph has not been great. Ugh. Well, alright. Combat. Yeah, we just keep doing this. Attack. Transform. Opponent blocks. And blocks. Drops to 2. Pass the turn. Opponent goes to 1. We draw Dragon Fodder. Opponent's got to kill us this turn, or kill their Stormfist. They're like Bob locked. And opponent scoops it up. So, chat, have you built anything sweet with for Historic Anthologies? Or are you too focused on Modern Horizons? Is that the new focus? I'm surprised we haven't gotten any more spoilers since we've been streaming. Ooh, what plan are you using with Dragonstorm, Jolly Man? How are you playing Dragonstorm? Are you ramping into it, or are you reanimating it? I wish Modern Horizons was on Arena so badly. I also wish that Modern Horizons was on Arena. That would be pretty awesome. Oh, Limited would be so much fun. Do you think Modern Horizons prices are going to come down? Collector's boxes are insane. Yes, they are. That is a question that I'm not sure on. Honestly, as sad as it is, I kind of lean towards probably not. Maybe a little bit, but I think they're going to be expensive no matter what. I don't think they're ever going to get I don't think they're ever going to be cheap. We might see them get, well, that's a problem. We might see them get cheaper, but I don't think we're ever going to see them actually be cheap. Wow, this is going to be ridiculously close. So we're taking 6 and then, oh, never mind. It's not going to be close. We're dead. Well, yeah, you got us. Oh, even the regular boosters are expensive. Wow. I thought we were going to get that one, but that was an interesting draw for our opponent. Do you think there will be more than 2 player added to Arena? I do not believe there will ever be multiplayer on Arena. Wizard says has basically said that at various points in the past that that's not something that's on the roadmap or that they're even considering. So I would be shocked. And I also don't think Arena can support it. And doubly so when you consider it's on mobile. Could you imagine trying to play like a 4-player Commander game on Moto or on mobile? it would be ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Doug? Oh, it's been very spoilery, but good. How's your week been? Crypto Threat would be fine in Historic. I assume that it'll be coming to Historic pretty soon, right? It seems like shouldn't we be going back to Shadows over Innistrad next or close to it? Arena for mobile, worst decision made for the game. How has Arena Mobile been? I haven't actually played it myself. Like, is it something you've been playing? How has it been fun? Has it been worth it? I was considering a Trash for Treasure Boros Prison deck. Ooh. But I don't think it's fully there yet. Godfrey's statue is enough to shut down a lot of decks right now. That does sound pretty sweet. Ooh, zombies, eh? Interesting. Opponent. It's us. Mordred Wanderers. And Knight of the Even Legion. Well, we'll see. This is all going to be about Elesh Norn, like usual. Opponent, land, combat. I guess we take it. We'll raise the alarm. Take a bunch. That's a land, alright. Go attacking. Oh, this is a moment of truth. Opponent. Come on. We need to fade the removal. That's the problem. Goes attacking. If they pump 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Sure. This... Oh, no! Wow, they're not going to tap down for it. They're not going to tap down. Oh. Oh, they tapped down for Spawn of Mayhem. Okay. Well, then. Yes, we're sure. Will this be enough? Hit ya. Opponent gets pinged. We are dead to a removal spell. Dilly Daughter! Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mobile is fine. Can't use code or full board states are a pain. They need to fix scrolling. So it was terrible in beta, but playable now. Yeah, that's good. Huh. Well, so far, I will say, Historic Anthologies, I don't know, has not seemed very impactful. We're dead on board anyway. Well, how are we dead on board anyway? We're at 4. Our opponent had a 2-2. How are we dead on board? I'm so confused. Oh, from Spawn of Mayhem growing? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess it didn't actually matter either way. This hand does not allow us to cast anything. Well, alright. We'll keep it. Susceptible to Thoughtseize, that's for sure. Well, tap land, go. I want to use Sword of Body and Mind, so I built this deck. Get them with Mana Tithe to allow. Mana Tithe is one of my favorites. How has Sword of Body and Mind been? I do like the archetype. I've played a somewhat similar deck with Warriors and Colossus Hammer. I have not tried Sword of Body and Mind. I've never really had that good of experiences with it. Opponent. Thinking. Tangible Virtue seems good here. Gets in, hits us. Sure. Well, play the land. Go attacking. All right, Intangible Virtue. Is it enough? Do you think Atarka's command will have much of an impact on Historic? Yeah, so we've been playing janky fun decks, but I think that the way that we will probably see a big impact from the set in Historic is, that's awkward, is Atarka's command in Gruul. Atarka's command with Burning Tree Emissary is very powerful. So that would be my guess. Opponent gets in, goes attacking. Grafdigger's Cage, that does mean our hand is basically 0 cards now. Hits us. That's not good. This even returns. Opponent goes to 12. We pass the turn. Oh, opponent, land, and Atarka command is too slow. Really? Well, raise the alarm. No blocks. Down to 10. Heartless Act. I guess we can transmogrify our opponent's creature. Another Dreadwander. I'll go attacking and pump him. Oh, down to 6. That was our window if there wasn't a Grafdigger's Cage. The Grafdigger's Cage, really good. Yeah, Ojutai's command. I could see playing it in a fun like Blink Panharmonicon deck, but I'm not sure that it's actually a super competitive card. Opponent, Knight of the Even Legion, another Knight of the Even Legion. That actually works. Attack, attack. Haha! Play a Grafdigger's Cage against us, will ya? Will ya? Wall of Omens would go a long way. Opponent plays a land. Dreadwander. No, no, no. Opponent, you're getting wrecked. You're getting wrecked by your own Grafdigger's Cage here, friend. Skyclave Shade. Passes. Well. Boom. Transmogrify. Go attacking. Opponent. Down to 2. Is this happening? Is this happening? Oh, no. No. That was off the top. That was off the top. That was off the top. No. Oh, that was going to be such a sweet win. Come on, Forbidden Friendship. Come on. Come on, Forbidden Friendship. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh. Wow. Hey, what's up, Horatio? How are you? Oh, that was going to be so sweet. We almost max punished our opponent for that Grafdigger's Cage. So, yeah, I would imagine Atarka's command is going to be very strong. Like, I don't know how interesting the Atarka's commands decks will be, but there's not really bushwhackers in the format. So I don't know. I would think that it would just be an auto include in like Burning Tree Emissary style decks. I don't know if they'd actually. I don't know. We could try. I try to usually. I don't know. How do you feel about Gruul? Is Gruul too teary? Like Gruul is a legit deck in the format. I don't think we've ever played an aggro Burning Tree deck in the format. Oh. It's just kind of like beatdowns. What else do we want? No stomp? Ugh. No stomp. Hey, what's up, Iron Man? How are you? Elephant Twin was really janky. Elephant Twin was trying to use Quintorius and Titan's Nest to make a bunch of spirits, and it's something that's really funny when it comes together, but it's like 5 colors, and the mana base is very questionable. Because there's no Bushwhackers in this format, right? I mean, I think you just play all the 1-drops. Play all the aggressive stuff. Play a Tarkus command. Probably should be playing, like, Embercleave. Ooh, Strixhaven Stadium Proliferate. That sounds sweet. Collecting Company is probably going to be worth it. As long as we... The question's going to be, do we want to have cheaper creatures? Or do we want to play, like, Questing Beast? I think if we add Questing Beast in 4-drops... If we add Questing Beast, then it gets worse. But if we play something like this, and then maybe Kazandu Mammoth in the land slot, then Collected Company seems worth it. Pathway. I mean, Collected Company, I'm fine with playing Collected Company. No Dragonstorm yet. Because, that is coming up for Against the Odds next week. So we gotta wait. We gotta wait on that one. Something like that. Clothis, I think, I would probably start with in the sideboard. I do think it's good, but I think I would probably start with it in the sideboard and have like that and Scavenging Use for Graveyard Hate. And then probably some removal. Oh, I know. We probably have to play... Embercleave just feels so dirty. It just feels so dirty. It really does. Well, people are asking about a Tarkus command being playable. I don't know, so I don't even know if we want to play. I mean, this looks pretty boring in tier. Like, this looks pretty much just like a top tier historic deck with a Tarkus command added. Do you even want to play it? I mean, I guess if we're gonna do it, you probably throw an Embercleave too and take out something. It's probably gonna be Coco, honestly, because you can't really cut creatures and keep Coco good. So maybe just Embercleave is better than Coco. But we only have 31 creatures. I don't know if we can play a Tarkus command and Company and Coco. I don't know if we can play them all. I mean, I guess the other option is just to play. Yeah, all right. Let's not bother to play Gruul. But I think that is the style of shell that you would play. Like, but that is just like tier Gruul aggro, and with a Tarkus command added. The rest of it, like, so Coromunculus, I do have a Tempered Steel deck that we could try. So that's an option. The Praetors, I'm not sure, like, you could play a Shieldred at the top end of Mono Black Devotion just for fun, and it'd probably be fine. But other than reanimating them or like emergent ultimating them, I'm not really sure what you do with them. Like that's about it. Trash for treasure. Someone sent me a trash for treasure list that we can try. I think the commands, Ojidai's command, will probably play in a Blink Panharmonicon deck. Into the North, I think, is just going to be a good card in ramp decks, potentially. Kolaghan's command for like Grixis Control, Rakdos, Pyromancer, Grizzly Salvage, we already saw in action a little bit. The rest of these, Atarka's command, kind of just for tier decks. Dromoka, Slumguard, just kind of utility removal spells. Relic of Progenitus probably shows up in some sideboards as Graveyard Hate, and then Ichor Wellspring, a fun card, but... So would you rather, since we're not going to play Guru Aggro, would you rather see, what's left on our list here? So we have Tempered Steel, Artifact, Aggro, Tempered Steel, which still needs 2 more cards. I need 2 more lands cut. What are the 2 lands that should not be in here? I think it was supposed to be -2 shock lands. Or no, there should be no planes. So Tempered Steel's a possibility. Tempered Steel got a bunch of, well, several new additions. The big new additions, it got Core Homunculus, another decent 1-drop for the deck. The biggest one is Vault Scourge. Vault Scourge, perfect for the deck. 1 mana flying lifelinker if you pay some life, which we always can, essentially. And otherwise, it's Ginger Brew, getting aggro, beating down, Manitize, of course, in the sideboard, Mystical Forge, so we don't flood out too much. So that's one possibility. The other deck we could try is a viewer-submitted deck, a Trash for Treasure God Pharaoh's Gift deck, which it's I don't know if it's good. It's got some funny artifacts that I haven't really seen before in constructed decks, but it does have Ichor Wellspring. It does have Trash for Treasure. Our main goal is to play something like Ichor Wellspring, Trash for Treasure, getting back God Pharaoh's Gift. One thing I would consider is a little more treasure production. That's something that I think could help power up Trash for Treasure. Little worried that with just Wand of Vertebrae and Ichor Wellspring might be a little too consistent, although we do got a lot of ways to dig through the deck in this one. And we do have like EGOD, which is Speed, and Croxa, and so forth. So Trash for Treasure does look cool. Let's... Tempered Steel, Trash for Treasure. I mean, I'm sure we can try both of them. We can try both of them at some point. I wonder if Chingatha's worth it. If that's keeping us from making treasures. Because that does seem like just the easiest way to... to power up this deck. Treasure Map or like Wily Goblin. Something like that. Ooh, Plarg. Plarg, eh? I haven't played a single Plarg yet. So I think Plarg would be kind of magnetic channeling, like in the same spot. Being able to maybe cascade into it's pretty sweet. Cataclysmic Gearhulk. Do we have... Oh, we don't even have white mana. I think I'm going to get rid of Jingatha as a companion. I don't know if it's that much of a free roll. There is a Is It Trash for Treasure deck with a 5/6 and black artifact. Ooh, that sounds sweet. Hey Seth, good to see you streaming. I've been brewing Modern Dubious Challenge. Ooh, that's such a fun archetype. I mean, we can add a Plarg in. Plarg seems fun. I mean, let's just try it. We'll keep it the same. We won't worry about adding treasure. Let's just give it a go. Give it a go. See what it... You know what? No Plarg even. Let's just run it. Actually, we'll go on one Magmatic channel for Plarg. Mostly because I haven't cast a Plarg, and I kind of want to. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's just give it a shot. Oh, is this not a companion? All right, there we go. Now we're officially companioned. The black artifact that plays cards from the deck. Ooh, Bolas's Citadel? Bolas's Citadel would be interesting. We're not really built around it, but... Oh, Torrential Gearhulk. Torrential Gearhulk. That makes sense. I saw a better version of this on Etherhub. Seize the spoils for draw. Discard is nice. Creates treasure. Yeah, that was my impulse too. Was that treasure token production would probably be good. So Dubious Bant. Perplexing Shinra. That's spicy. So sideboard wise. Well, we got artifacts and card. You know what? We'll keep this. I mean, I guess we got redraws basically, a bunch of them. So sideboard wise in Modern, usually looking for graveyard hate, aggro hate. Ooh, the snowballer itself. Graveyard hate for aggro like burn prowess style decks. Hate for control decks. So that is kind of like 3 of the main things I'd be looking for. So I'd be looking for some more cheap removal, like the rest of your Path to Exiles. I might consider alright, opponent, drawing. I might consider some counter spells, like Spell Pierces, Force and Negations, depending on your budget. But some sort of counter spell to help resolve your stuff and also defend against opposing decks. Well, let's see if we get something in the graveyard. I mean, we have the artifact, we have the trash for treasure. Perhaps we are reanimating an Ichor Wellspring. Tron hates another one, although... so, like, Damping Sphere, combo hate, I guess, would also qualify. I end up putting Damping Sphere in a lot of sideboards. So I'd probably be looking at some paths, some Damping Spheres, some counter spells, maybe some life gain, and probably just calling it good from there. Kid Koozie, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Is Counterspell in Modern good or bad for budget? I think it's probably... fine. I don't think it actually... Wow, it's an Antarcus command. I think it's fine. I don't think it's I don't think it really makes a huge difference either way. Boy, I wish we could kill this. Okay, so... Are we just casting a Bone Crusher? You know, we came here to reanimate. Let's try to okay, there's a Platinum Angel at least. That is something. Platinum Angel Croxa. I mean, maybe this Platinum Angel can save us. It's got to survive. It's got to survive the vicious Dreadhorde Arcanist beats. But if it does, question for anyone who knows, if there is a disapproval out, can you still cycle creatures with cycling? I believe the answer to that is yes. So disapproval would only impact creatures that are on the battlefield. So cycling cards in your hand, my understanding is it wouldn't be impacted. But I am also not a judge, so... Awesome, dude! Good to see you. Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 56th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I get to play in a first in-person event tomorrow since the pandemic started. Oh my goodness, over a year. That is so exciting. I'm doing well. What are your thoughts on what's going to see play in Modern Horizons 2? That set is insane. It is insane. It is insane. How do they constantly have this pumped? How are they consistently casting 2-drops with their Dreadhorde Arcanist? Well, we got one hope. I actually think there's a lot of stuff that's going to see play. I think that's actually very, very powerful. Well, get back a Platinum Angel. Draw a card. Pass the turn. Hope they can't answer it. Hope our opponent's done with this Dreadhorde combo shenanigans. Yeah, the ability to cast 2 mana things with the Dreadhorde Arcanist has been pretty impressive. And that seems to be what their deck is, like, trying to do. And it seems to be working. Maybe we should have killed the Symmetry Sage. Opponent finds a oh, yeah. Alright, yeah. Oh, sure. Oh, dear. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered if we killed it or not. Alright, so apparently we need removal. Yeah, removal seems like it might be necessary. Huh. We need a Swiftfoot Boots or something. Dreadhorde Arcanist. I feel like Dreadhorde Arcanist might be the card that I lose to the most in Historic. I don't think a control deck probably never loses to it, but the decks we play just always lose to it. I'm sad that Ragavan is going to be $30. Ragavan is the kind of card that does not feel like it should be a mythic. Modular seems fun, Elf. I'm excited to see what Modular's like. Do you think you're just going to play like a Hardened Scales deck, or are you going to try to build like something different than Hardened Scales? I assume you're going to have like Arcbound Ravager and stuff. Showdown of the Skalds is sweet. That is a fun addition. Well, we got redraws for days. Our deck doesn't have removal anyway, so it's not like we're going to be able to kill their Dreadhorde Arcanist snowball. Nozla seems good. Symmetry Sage. Well, Gerwell, spring draw a card. Abodent. Do you play any paper EDH decks? I have like 3 or 4 decks that I have in paper, so I don't get to play them that often, but I do once in a while at events in the before times, or I'm sure events will be coming back at some point, but in events on occasion and webcam EDH sometimes. But yeah, I have a Brago deck. I have a Marchesa deck. I have a Tulane deck, which I don't know if I'm going to keep it as Tulane, honestly. And the other one might actually be an Oathbreaker deck, now that I think of it. I think it's a Venser Oathbringer deck. When do you think Magic Fest will return? My opponent's going off with these Atarka's commands. My guess is that we probably won't see Magic Fest until next year. Maybe there's a slight chance that we get one like the very end of this year, but my guess would be 2022 most likely. I think we'll start to see SCG events. Wow, that's just going Tarkus Command Tron. Wow. Alright, fair enough. Oh, we played some janky decks tonight. Who is supposed to host Magic Fest with CFP events dissolved and no company able to step up? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of companies that could step up, like Star City Games. And, well, there were plenty of places that ran GPs before CFB was given the exclusive deal. That was a very strange situation, especially in hindsight with seeing how it played out. But, like, that was weird. Like, they gave CFB exclusive. That was an interesting looking deck, Lenny. The triple Tarkus command draw was pretty effective. Like, why did they give good game, by the way? Why? So they gave Channel Fireball all the GPs, and it lasted what, like 2 years, And then CFB Events, their GP company, went bankrupt, right? And then GPs went away. Like, very, very, very strange situation. Like, from both sides. Like, obviously, you wouldn't think that CFB would be taking over GPs with the intent being to go bankrupt in a couple of years. And I would assume Wizards was not giving them to Channel Fireball with the intention that they were going to disappear in a couple of years. But do you think that the next pre-release will be in person? I mean, I think that there will be paper pre-releases in some places for Modern Horizons. So I think paper pre-releases, wow, so many lands. I think paper pre-releases are definitely returning. I think we already see them returning. So I'm going to say yes, but I also think it's going to depend on your local area and where you're at with things reopening, local regulations, all that stuff. Well, keep on milling. Island, eh? Opponents really thinking about this mill activation. My LHGS is doing 6 pre-release events for MH2. Are they going to be ridiculously expensive? That's something that I've been wondering about. With how expensive sealed product are pre-release events going to be super expensive? Is anger legal in this format? It is not. I bet it will be eventually. $45 pre-release kits? No, that's not that ridiculous compared to the current price of a lot of opponent. Compared to the current price of a lot of boxes, which are just off the charts. I don't think you got to worry about Modern Horizons 2 failing. Like, Modern Horizons 2 seems like it's going to be super popular. If anything, I have the opposite concern that it's gonna sell out. Like, if anything, I'm worried the supply is gonna be too low. Ah, yes. Spectral Sailor with a Curious Obsession and a handful of counters. Well, at least we're good at milling Faithless Lootings. Opponent hits us, draws a card. Yeah, MH2. Wow, another land. Good golly. MH2 does look super fun. Well, that's Faithless Looting. Yeah, maybe we should have just left up this Bone Crusher. Discard a land. Discard a land. Tap land. Go. I'm unreasonably excited to watch LLR play limited for the pre-release. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun event. About it gets it hit. I assume that they're doing a pre-release. Don't they always do one? I'd be surprised if there wasn't one. Hopefully there is. Ooh, let me see, Horatio. Well, let's mill. Is there any way we can kill a Spectral Sailor? We're about to find out. Play a land. Pass the turn. We got 2 Bone Crushers we can use. Alright, well, Bone Crusher Giant. Stomp your Spectral Sailor. Please die. Opponent negates. Well, Bone Crusher Giant. Try again. Did we already get so much snowballing? Control or snowball? Alright, dead, thankfully. Well, it cost us a lot of Bone Crushers, but we dealt with the card draw threat, which is a big deal. Hey, what's up, Panda Ninja? How are you? So how many of you actually have pre-releases at your area? Are they officially back where you are? Well, keep on milling. The Ural deck looks looks brutal. Got some Armageddon action, but that looks solid. I mean, Ural used to be really, really popular commander. That was like one of the scariest commanders when it was first getting big. LGS into it for Strixhaven, but plans to for MH2. Ooh, that'll be sweet. Today's spoilers were absolutely jaw-dropping. Oh, I know. It's been such a... The whole set, I think, is jaw-dropping. Like, I have just been absolutely blown away by Modern Horizons 2. Like, blown away. Even the cards that aren't good are so interesting. I feel like Wizard just pulled out all the stops. It does, like, when I say it feels like an unset, I'm meaning that as a compliment. It's not supposed to be a criticism. Like, to me, that's a compliment. It's just got so many ridiculously cool designs that it feels a little bit like an unset because there's just so many weird things that we haven't seen before, and that's what has me hyped for it. Like, that's not a bad thing. That's being like an unset is a good thing in my opinion. Well, all right, Croxa, get that last card out of your head. I don't know. So do you think Esper Sentinel is going to see play in 60 card formats? I am very confident that Croxa is going to be a staple of staples in Commander. Like, I think that Croxa is, or not Croxa, Esper Sentinel. I'm looking at our battlefield and saying the wrong card name. Esper Sentinel, I think, is an ultra staple in Commander. Little skeptical that it's going to be good in 60 card formats. I think maybe if you have artifact synergies or the right deck, but I don't think just like any random deck will play it. Maybe it would. My concern, so I guess I am naturally skeptical of 1 toughness creatures in Modern because of the Lava Dart decks. Lava Dart just gets played so much, and the blowout of playing things and getting them got by Lava Dart, it drives me insane. It's just Lava Dart makes me not want to play 1 toughness creatures, although it is a human. That is a very good point. It is in the right colors to line up with other taxes, like that, plus Thalia, plus Skyclave Apparition, plus Leonin Arbiter, plus Ghost Quarter. Like, it could fit in there. It's an artifact. It also benefits based on its power being tumped, so some sort of like equipment style deck, some sort of affinity deck, the modular deck. I think that's the idea that's supposed to be like the thing that you put your modular counters onto, or one of the things. So there definitely are possibilities. It's just that the 1 toughness scares me. Magus of the Tabernacle! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Well, we will bring in more interaction. We'll go down to 1 Platinum Angel. We'll go down a Egon. We'll go down a Wand, an Ichor Wellspring, a Trash for Treasure. We're just going to trim. Indiscriminate trimming. Faithless Looting. 1 of each. One of everything. Go down 1 of everything. Esper Sentinel is not bad against Lava Dart when it either costs 1 red or draws you a card. I mean, I guess that is something. This deck does not have Bolas the Citadel. Maybe it should. I mean, Bolas the Citadel is a sweet artifact to cheat to play. I don't know if we're built around it much. I'm not sure how many cards we'd be able to cast with it, but I do love some Bolas the Citadel. Indiscriminate trimming is what I call it when I take off my bandages. All right, let's just draw a card. I don't think Jagatha is super relevant. It doesn't do anything in specific, so losing it I don't think is actually something I'm concerned about, really. Well, let's see if our opponent's going to go card drawing. It is pretty funny that to print Asmore they had to get rid of the mana cost. You gotta do what you gotta do. Orzhov Reanimator, I'm interested in modern. Trying to use Solitude and Clone Car. Ooh. Okay. Negates the Thoughtseize. Interesting. Well, pass the turn. But it untaps. Ooh, Priest of the Felrites. Priest of the Felrites is a interesting card. Opponent going to hit us. Well, we'll take it. Well, all right, stomp ya. Yeah, that looks spicy. I'm curious how good Priest of the Felrites is going to be. I feel like the unearth aspect is very powerful, but I'm not sure how good it is just casting it. Maguses always have the issue where they can get got by removal, and it kind of is a Magus essentially, or pseudo Magus. All right, well, play things, but oh no, you got a creature counter. All right, sure. There's a lot of control decks in Historic tonight. Noble Hierarch is, I think that's going to be an exciting card. I'm excited to play it with Noble Hierarch. Like, jam them together and play like a Zeus style deck. Alright, we draw a land. You feel like Priest puts you in a no-win situation. Yeah, I mean, I think that the Unearth is the big payoff. So many lands. So many lands have been drawn. Egon. Could use a Faithless Looting just to get rid of some of these lands. Opponent. Going to scry away. Yeah, I mean, we've played a few non-control matchups, so we've played probably like 50% some sort of control tonight. Well, tap land, go. Do you think they'll do a Hierarch for every 3-color pair? I mean, I think if Magic keeps going, we'll probably see everything eventually. Like, sooner or later, everything will probably happen. But no, I don't think the plan is that we will see that. I kind of feel the same about Yavimaya, the new Urborg, the green Urborg. Are they going to do an Urborg for every color? Oh, another land. Good God. Are they going to do one for every color? I mean, I'm sure that in the next 50 years, there's going to be so many Modern Horizon sets and other sets that Wizards has to fill with cards. It'll probably happen, but I don't think that's their short-term plan to do one for every color. I emailed you a Teamer midrange deck with 8 Hierarchs in Domain before this. Do you genuinely think that something like that is going to be top tier? Yeah, I think I haven't got to check the rest of my emails today. Oh, they drew Curious Obsession 2. Not good, not good. Yeah, I think that there's definitely potential for Domain Zoo now. Definitely got some big upgrades. That is one of the archetypes it seems like Wizards is trying to power up. Also Enchantress, and then a bunch of scattered stuff, but that's one of the big ones. Ooh, yeah, Shaman. Shaman also gets some pretty big boosts of power. Wow, we've run a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then two Fabled Passages. All right, can a miracle happen? Boom, hardcast Platinum Angel. Give us the miracle. Disdainful Stroke. Ugh. Yeah. Opponent. What does Enchantress get? Ooh, Enchantress got a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's been stuff throughout spoiler season, but the big stuff today was Enchantress's presence, Sterling Grove, Solitary Confinement. Those are all very powerful Enchantress cards. And solid reprints, value-wise. We need a good draw. We need a good draw. Trash for Treasure would actually be sweet here. I don't think it's... Well, we'll see. We got a shot. Bone Crusher. Well, might as well go for it. Did they draw into another counter? No. Well, play the land. Actually, let's just play Jingatha. Play Jingatha. About it. We're staying alive! We're staying alive! Yeah, those... I remember one time that this was back when I was buying collections, and I bought a collection, and it was kind of a mediocre collection. There was like a few decent rares, and this was like 10 years ago, but it was a lot of stuff from like late 90s, early 2000s, like up through maybe Mirrodin era. So I bought the collection, and it had like a few good like Mirrodin cards that were worth a few bucks, but it was not a big purchase. I don't even remember exactly how much it was, but it was maybe a $150 collection. No. It was maybe a $150 collection or something, and I figured, oh, maybe it's worth $200 or whatever when you do all the, singles and buy listing. But then I went back and I was looking through like the bulk commons and uncommons box, and there was a row in there of like 40 copies of Sterling Grove. Like seriously, like a stack of Sterling Grove, and I have no idea how one person with a relatively medium collection that they were selling had 40 Sterling Groves, but it was just like a pile of them. So the collection actually ended up being super worth it, just because apparently the person was like the biggest Sterling Grove collector or something, and just snapped up every copy they could find, and it totally ended up being worth it. Ox-Titan, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super shirt for you. Ooh, we got a new spoiler. New spoiler. Timeless Witness. Timeless Witness. 4 mana, 2 green. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Eternalize 5 green. Ooh, so this is maybe better than Eternal Witness in Commander. It might actually be better than Eternal Witness in Commander. This card is really, really good in Commander. Would I play over Eternal Witness? I might. Like in 60 card formats, I don't think it's worth it. In 60 card formats, I mean, it's Eternal Witness. It's Eternal Witness plus 1 mana on the front side, but you get the upside of Eternalize. So yes, it's not creature card. It's Eternal Witness. I think in Commander, I would at least consider playing it over Eternal Witness. I'll definitely play it alongside Eternal Witness. I think in Modern, 4 mana is kind of a deal breaker. Like 60 card formats just value efficiency so much more. When Commander, I value the ability to grind and the ability to play this in the early-ish or mid-game and get something back, knowing that later after a Wrath you're going to be able to eternalize it and get something else back. That is huge. Like that is to me probably a new Commander staple. I think it is going to be very good. Boy, so many Commander staples in this set. So, yes, there's a lot of cards for Commander, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we're in an era of Magic where Commander is driving everything. So I think every set, be it a Masters set, be it Modern Horizons, be it a Standard set, is gonna have a lot of Commander cards in it because Commander is the most popular format right now. So that's my take, is that every set is a Commander set. I don't feel like Modern Horizons is too focused on Commander, though, personally. Like, when I look through the spoiler page, and when I'm doing daily spoilers, I feel like there's a lot of stuff for Modern in there. Of course, there are cards that we talk about, and are like, Well, this is a card that is not going to see play in 60 card formats. It is purely a commander card. But there's also a lot of cards that are clearly designed to be modern cards as well, or legacy cards, whatever, 60 card format cards. So, have of the new Historic Anthology showed up in gameplay today. We've seen a couple of commands. I mean, we've been playing all Historic Anthology decks tonight, but we've seen a couple of commands from other people. Otherwise, not a ton. I think that's all we've seen is a Tarkus command and Kolaghan's command, if I remember right. Well, discard Platinum Angel. Go digging. Mono blue. Oh, I remember being so happy when this deck rotated out of standard. Ugh. Someday I'm going to make a list of my least favorite standard decks of all time, and I would not be surprised if the mono blue Curious Obsession deck is on it. Thoughtseize is nice. Play this on black. Thoughtseize you. How do you like that, mono blue? Lycos, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent runs out a Brineborn Cutthroat. Has every counter in existence. I'll play this. Pass the turn. Opponent has so many counters. How are we ever going to resolve? If they top deck Curious Obsession here. No. Opponent passes. We mill a card. The Braid's not the worst. Actually, do we want to do this? Yeah, let's discard the Mountain. Discard the Mountain. Go digging. Bone Crusher Giant. I'll play this on red. Stomp. Kill it, hopefully. They mostly have creature counters. I'll pay. Pay and stop it! Whew. Dead. I'd rather play versus Curious Obsession Blue than Rogues. I guess Rogues is kind of similar as far as its level of obnoxiousness. Now let's discard this wand. We'll take a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseizes, yeah. Bone has four Essence Scatters in hand. I guess perhaps we will choose to not cast. Perhaps we choose to not cast creature spells at the moment. Maybe we do not do that. Did you notice we already have 6 styles in one set plus foils and etched? Yeah, what do you think about that? Are there too many different card styles? I mentioned this on Twitter a few days ago. I feel like showcase cards may be the best thing that Wizards has done in a long time. I love showcase cards. I think they are an amazing addition. At the same time, I feel like maybe they've went a little bit. We were talking about that earlier in regards to something else. The number of legends, where there were definitely too few legends for a long time, and now maybe they overcompensated and there's too many legends. I feel like that's kind of the same thing, where maybe there were too few cool card styles, but now maybe Wizards overcorrected a little bit and went a little heavy. Lucid, $3 donation. I love the card Slitherwisp. Do you think that archetype could ever work in Modern, especially with MH2 stuff? We are getting a lot of good new Flash creatures, which I think definitely would help the archetype for sure. So maybe I would have to look through the amount of Flash creatures that we would have, but I mean, it is a powerful card that I think could be played in Modern. Oh, wait. I guess we do this now, since our opponent's missing lands. Okay, this is... That works. Opponent doesn't have enough mana to cast 2 counters in a turn, so... They might actually just be in trouble now. We kind of want to fill our... Fill our graveyard enough to turn on Magmatic Channeler. Well, I guess it's not going to happen. Discard, discard. There we go. All right. Attack you. Hit you. Croxa. I mean, 100% getting countered, but gets a counter out of their hand. It still kind of works. Ooh, let me see, Elf. Yeah, I'm excited to try Modular, too. Standard Magecraft combo. Ooh. Modern Modular. Ornithopter, Mouser, Ravager. Yeah, I mean that looks solid. I don't know. I don't know if it needs 24 lands. Honestly, I'd probably. Well, you know what I would probably do is play some play the sack land that you can sack to draw a card. I think that might be the direction I'd go if it fits under the budget. But yeah, that looks like a solid modular deck. We might even get some more modular stuff still. I think it would be cool to have a affinity style deck actually work again in Modern. It's been a little bit since we've actually had a functional affinity deck. Borrower on Channeler. Okay. About it. Oh, I think we get to get him here. We play Channeler, they counter, then we get to play Joffrey. And Joffrey's pretty big, and we got a lot of cards in the graveyard and a Throne of Death going. We have Game of Thrones combo. Opponent counters. Opponent just hasn't had threats. They've had every counter, but they haven't had enough threats. Joffrey is here. Opponent probably in a bit of trouble. Pass the turn. Daemogoth Titan Magecraft combo. Ooh, Ten the Pest is so much fun. Ten the Pest is one of my favorite Strixhaven cards. Then Plumb the Forbidden. Add those together. That looks super fun. Yeah, Daemogoth Titan, definitely one of the sweetest cards to sack to Ten the Pest for sure. Well, crack the land. I think we got him. I think we have overcome the infinite counters. We haven't done anything too explosive with Trash for Treasure, though, honestly. Oh, we milled Trash. It would have got countered anyway. Well, exile, exile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, go attacking. Abundant. Do you have another Brazen Borrower? Interesting way to use a... It looks just like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. The whole card. I think that is what it's supposed to be. I mean, I don't know the actual lore, but if you look at it, it's like so much Joffrey from Game of Thrones. It's got the hair, and it's even got the throne, which looks sort of similar to the Game of Thrones throne a little bit. Like, I think that was the influence. We won one other match tonight, I think. All right, one more God-Fearer. We got to get this God-Fear's gift Trash for Treasure deck to actually happen. We did reanimate a Platinum Angel with Trash for Treasure, but it got immediately blown out. The new green card, the one we just talked about, it is an Eternal Witness. It is an Eternal Witness that costs 1 more mana. It gets back a card from your graveyard to your hand. Except you can eternalize it for 7 mana. So you can get it back as a 4/4 from your graveyard in token form. Really good commander card. Hey, C Agent, thanks for hanging out. We will be back Tuesday next stream. In the meantime, all the YouTube stuff and whatnot. So have a wonderful night. Now let's play a Magmatic Channeler. Oh, back to Jeskai Control again. What's the most busted for my creature if you could get onto the battlefield, since 2 cents, you can evoke Solitude and then Rush Rebirth it with the sacrifice on the stack. Oh wait, 4 mana. I'm not used to MV being an abbreviation. I have not gotten used to MV. I'm still stuck on CMC. What's the most posted 4 mana value creature that you could get with Rush Rebirth off of Magmatic Channeler? That's an interesting question. Most busted 4 mana value creature. I assume we're talking modern. Avalanche Riders? I'm partial to Avalanche Riders. Hey, thank you, Kiko. I'm glad you liked it. It's so much fun to talk about new cards. In this set in specific, wow. This set's been as wild as I hoped it would be. I'm doing fine with calling it mana value, but less fine with the abbreviation. That's what gets me. The abbreviation gets me. MV is just a weird abbreviation. Well, discard. Actually, we better keep the swamp. Discard. Play a land. Well, we are up against a control deck that probably has counters, but we do kind of have our combo set up. We can trash for treasure a God Pharaoh's Gift. Opponent passing. And Phantasmal Dreadmaw is real. Celestial Carrot, yeah, we played a deck with it a long time ago. There was a brief minute, I must have been right after Conjurate came out, where that was a thing that we did, and other people did, but I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of brew with that combo from a long time ago. Seth, I'm so used to having you playing in the background on YouTube that I actually forgot it was live. Here's hoping we get some against the odds material. Oh my goodness. It is an insane against the odds set. Oh my goodness. Like, seriously. I could spend like hours, seriously, just going over the list of cards that are in this set and telling you the decks that I want to build. The list is long. It is going to be an amazing few months, I think, of content for Modern and also maybe Legacy. RG390, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Favorite card spoiled today? Ooh, man, there's been so many good cards in the last 2 days. Honestly, I know it's not a new card. If reprints count, it's Upheaval. I can't wait to build an Upheaval deck. So if reprints are acceptable, Upheaval. If reprints are not, probably Harmonic Prodigy. It's like a Panharmonicon, Nabanamonicon, but with so many upsides. It's multiple decks. I'm going to play Shaman again. That's on my list of decks to build. I think this is huge for the Shaman deck. Going to play Wizards with it, probably aggro Wizards with Prowess triggers, also dirtily Reflector Mage style Wizards. So there's like 3 that's one card. That's a single card. And there's at least 3 decks that I want to build around it. Like, that's insane. That is absolutely absurd. But that's how this set is. You know, get Jingatha. I feel like we need our opponent to tap out somehow. Like, what are we going to do? We're going to get back we have 1 creature. This deck is a little weird in the amount of creatures that it has. Like, our main goal is to get back God Pharaoh's Gift, but look at our graveyard. We've gone almost 20 cards into our deck, and we have a single creature in our graveyard. I like the idea of this deck, but I could see a little bit of fine-tuning being necessary. What's your number 1 card for the day, chat? Will you sue Wizards when they print a card called against odds? No, I would think it was funny, and I'd be flattered to think that maybe it was a reference to Against the Odds. That actually is a pretty good card name, though. I'm kind of surprised there isn't one yet. That does seem like an obvious card name. Crabs? Crabs, oh, the crab card is so funny. I mean, the Urza in the old border is gonna look insane. Pirate Monkey is that card. That card is legitimately scary. Like it's like a Robber of the Rich, but it costs 1 mana. I guess it is legendary, but still, it's got a Robber of the Rich ability, but better. You can dash it for 2 or just cast it for 1. Oh, I know it's hard to beat out the holy trinity of modern red 1-drops. You got Soulscar Mage, Monastery Swiftspear, Goblin Guy. Those 3 kind of hang out above the rest, but Regavan might have a shot. It doesn't seem impossible to me that Regavan could find its way into the conversation. Well, we may have reached the point of this game where yeah, I think we have. Well, let's see if we can get a little bit lucky. God Pharaoh's Gift, sacking this. Please don't counter it, or Memory Lapse is so brutal against this. It's so brutal. If they Memory Lapse, we're gonna just concede. Okay, we can get a God Pharaoh's Gift. Go to combat. Opponent, don't be hovering. No hovering. No hovering over that. So I think it'll be interesting to see where Regavan fits there. I think in a traditional burn style deck, I'm not sure that it's better than the other options. But in a zoo style deck, pirate style deck, oh, Teferi lives. Oh, throwing a death. Oh. This is like just the worst feeling. When your opponent's got the Teferi and they got a ton of cards, it always feels like you can't win. I feel like against odds, okay, opponent Wraths. I feel like against the odds should be similar. Whoa! Whoa! Our opponent must have been feeling the same thing. Apparently, our God Pharaoh's Gift was frightening. All right. I mean, this might be the weird, maybe the weirdest, but I guess maybe the best record out of all the decks we've played tonight, actually. What are we cutting? Couple Crushers, maybe an Egon. Well, I still feel like Memory Lapse is a ridiculous blowout. Probably Platinum Angel. Platinum Angel does not seem great against control. Let's try it like that. Well, we hit Teferi down to 1 with our attack, so they couldn't tuck it. But so, what do you think the best against odds card from the set is? Oh, we've played Near Death Experience set against odds. It might be time to revisit it, but we have played Near Death Experience. Ooh, Plarg time. I would like to resolve a Plarg. That's one that sticks out to me. Upheaval, I don't even know if that's going to be an against odds deck. Ooh. Ugh, do we take the good cards? Probably the good cards and hope for the best. Actually, we can take Brainstorm. Well, all right, take Narset. Hopefully we can stop the Teferi somehow. Coin flipping, yeah, I think that Narset is the best choice. Chance Encounter is a card that I've been wanting to play against odds for a while, so I think that's high in the list of possibilities. But I think there's just so many sweet decks to build with this set. Upheaval, I don't know if it's against odds, but that's definitely a deck that I can't wait to play. We already talked about Harmonic Prodigy. Several decks with that. Garth is sweet against odds. Squirrels, somewhere against odds. Mucha Brew, something. Scion of Draco, gonna build a deck around that. Grist, gonna build a deck around that. Grief, Ephemerate, gonna build that deck too. Thrasta could be a good against the odds card. Asmore. Asmore, just for the name, could be a good against the odds card. The Big Bird spell, there's so many. Like, the list is so sweet and so long. So yeah, I'm excited. Super, super excited for this set. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Enchantress. Enchantress is probably more much brew, I would think, than against odds, but opponent's going to treasure it up. Since Anthology 5, they brought 5 Praetors. Maybe in Anthology 6, they bring, ooh, the Titans. Titans would be sweet. I also think that the Elder Dragons from... The Elder Dragons from Dragons of Tarkir, I think those could be a really sweet addition too. I would like to see the Elder Dragons. Titans, I wonder if they're going to be too good. Yeah, Garth is definitely an against odds card. Garth, I don't know how you build around it, but just like playing it and tapping it to make those cards is going to be so fun. The Elder Dragons, I mean, it would make sense, right? The OG Elder Dragons, like, they can add them, but the OG ones are not especially playable. Nicole Bolas, if you can cheat it into play, is, like, a little playable, but yeah, they're not super playable. The ones from Tarkir, though, would actually be interesting. Maybe it's just because it feels like we've been playing a lot of Dragon's deck lately. We got Dragon Storm, we've been playing Dragon's Approach, and I've been looking around and like Dragon Lord Cole again to give everything haste would be really nice. Atarka's really good. Ojitai has shown up in control decks. So there are uses for them in actual 60 card formats. Streaming Memorial Day or taking the day off. So no stream on Memorial Day, but there's Teferi. No stream on Memorial Day, but that's actually more because of spoilers, I think, than having the day off. So normally during spoiler season, no Monday streams, just Tuesday and Thursday, because Monday I also have to do the podcast, and it just doesn't work to do stream and podcast and daily spoilers all on the same day, unfortunately. As much as I would like it to work. Well, let's... buried behind a Teferi again. Teferi always just feels so difficult to actually beat or keep up with. Yeah, I feel like this deck needs more creatures. This is another situation where, like, in theory, we could be... Oh, do we even do this? Like, what a... Ugh. Alright, let's mill. Like, I feel like we don't have that many creatures for what we're trying to do. Well, alright, we're going for it. Trash for treasure, sack it. Please don't counter it. Hmm? About... Okay. Please don't bounce it, kill it. Well... Wow. And a lot of our creatures are also very awkward with it. Huh. We can't really get back Croxit because it's going to sacrifice itself. Okay, so with this deck, I do really like the idea of Trash for Treasure God Pharaoh's Gift. That is a sweet idea that seems relatively powerful. The creature package might need a little bit of tuning.
Keep up the pace.
When are we going to play Elder Tribal? It's a good question. We probably should play Elder Tribal. We're getting more and more Elders. There's enough that I think we could do. Wow. Opponent! I do not understand why we won that match. I honestly have no... I felt like both times our opponent should be winning. Like, they had the Teferi. This time they definitely had... Well, this time they definitely could just tuck it with Teferi if they wanted to. Like, maybe they lose Teferi, but it's just sitting on the battlefield. Yeah, I mean, we don't know their hand. Maybe their hand is bad. Well, maybe Teferi's not as unbeatable as we thought. So what did we learn? What did we learn about Historic Anthology V? And I will say, and we talked about this earlier, we were definitely trying to do janky fun things more than the like throw a Tarka's command into a tier deck or throw Kolaghan's command into a tier deck. We didn't get to Tempered Steel. We'll get to that at some point in the future. The Abzan Rights deck, yeah, we had a little hard time getting things in the graveyard. And the Praetors, I'm just not sure they're enough of a payoff. Like, Honorary Praetor Ulamog, that's a card that actually wins games. Elesh Norn is good in some matchups. Jin Gataxias, it's really sweet when it works out, but it's hard to make it work out. Vorinclex, I think, is kind of a meme. Sheoldred, also good in some matchups, but can be inconsistent. So, I don't know about the plan of playing all the Praetors together. We also played the Token Surprise deck with Elesh Norn. We had to add a bunch more Indomitable Creativities, but when it worked, it was pretty good. The token plan wasn't bad, but it was still just kind of janky and all in, although it is really funny when you like make a bunch of tokens, get an Elesh Norn, win the game. Our last deck, God Pharaoh's Gift, with Trash for Treasure, I like the idea of it. It felt... I don't know. Some of the numbers are just a little weird to me. We have 8 artifacts to go with Trash for Treasure for sacking. We have 6 for reanimating, which is fine-ish with a lot of looting effects. But it felt like we were sort of light on creatures. I don't know. I feel like that I could just use a few more creatures because our God Pharaoh's Gifts themselves didn't feel that good once we got them down because we often only had like that last game, a Croxa in the graveyard or something. So that's something to keep in mind. Like Croxa sacks itself. Egon could be forced to sack itself. So a few more creatures could be good, but the idea is really fun. So that was a cool idea. As far as the Tempered Steel deck, it's Tempered Steel. I mean, not sure about the Mystic Forges. I played a couple of test games and it felt a little floody outy, so I moved the Mystic Forges to the main deck. But basically, getting aggro, Vault Scourging, pumping. But on that note, everyone, I believe that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. God Pharaoh's Gift from Silver up to Diamond. Ooh, with Trash for Treasure. But on that note, I think that brings us to the end for tonight. So next stream is Tuesday afternoon. There is no stream Monday, spoilers, Memorial Day, all that kind of stuff. So next stream on Tuesday, we should be back to Monday streams the following week, hopefully. But reminders, replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old streams, normal YouTube, spoiler content like crazy, Legacy for Bunch of Brew tomorrow, tons of stuff coming up on there. One more reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Seriously, everyone, thanks for hanging out tonight, janking around, losing in Historic, talking spoilers. Y'all are amazing and awesome. Having a great weekend. Enjoy the spoilers for Modern Horizons 2. Seriously, thanks so much for being cool, and yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday.